Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Doc Demand Show. What's going on, y'all? We're going to do a CitizenCon Direct reaction. We got our boy here, Mord Till. Say what's up, Mord.
What's up, Mord?
Hell yeah, dude. Are y'all excited for this? What are y'all looking forward to? What is it that is tickling your fancies this fine afternoon about this CitizenCon Direct 2025?
Go ahead, Ward.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a huge reveal or if it's going to be really small, considering that they're working on finishing Squadron 42. But I'm hoping to hear that they are done with the Genesis system and they're going to be able to move forward with planet creation using it.
Oh my god. Does that mean they're going to redo all of the planets, dude?
I believe it does. And I think that is supported by the current news article on the login screen talking about re-terraforming established worlds.
Doesn't that piss everybody off every time like they redo stuff? Like, doesn't everybody get like super mad? Or is it just like salt? Like the salty ones?
I mean, everybody's just salty, so I'm sure plenty of people will be upset.
This is a salt mine game.
Into the mines. The children, it turns out, aren't the only ones that yearn for the mines. The adults also spend more than enough time in the salt mines. I'm actually excited. I can't wait to maybe I'm hoping something drops that neither of you guys suspected, because of the three of us, I am the noob, and Demand's quickly turning in to like the veteran, dude. What have you been doing on the game recently?
Murder hoboing, things like that. About to watch this Broken Promise Con Direct.
Wait. Hold on. No. Oh, it's a cruise drink. Yeah, I want to make one of these.
One day.
All right, that was a huge waste of time. That's fine.
Yeah, but
I believe in him. He's going to make it.
No, he won't, because the trash can's a lie. There's no hole in it.
Is that the
personally put things in that trash can?
How dare you?
In a minute. I started to say, was that the joke that I didn't get? That like it's you actually, but Mord says you can use the trash can.
Who would dare use a trash can? You could just murder
You
people.
I think the joke was he was trying to throw it into it, because you can throw the bottle across the room.
Oh, okay. I see. I get it. I was good. I'm being a dickhead. I mean, that was freaking great. What have we made for the Star Citizen community? Not a damn thing yet.
A short.
Oh yeah, we did make a short of you warping into a planet.
Yeah.
Quantum leaping or whatever it's called. Right into the side.
We're probably going to see also a couple of ships today that are being released. They may go live immediately. Who knows?
The old
Does
Pegasus.
that mean I'm gonna have to update? Man, Pegasus, dude. What about the SS Don Cheadle? Are they releasing that
What?
that ship? That's just y'all hadn't heard about them? That's supposed to be, a capital class ship.
Is it black?
Ironically, it's white. Strangely enough.
Huh.
Completely white. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I want them to tell me the new world is, or the new star system is out, right? Is it the solar system? What are they called?
Yeah,
there's one on the horizon.
I don't think they're going to announce that. I mean, I'd be surprised. Yeah. I just wanted to announce that freight elevators are being worked on.
Freight elevators?
Yeah, dude.
What happened to the
cargo elevators to work? Because every time I kill a squad of 3 people, I go to loot their stuff, and then I can't send down the freight elevator full of drugs.
Oh,
that's contested zones.
That does
a few seconds, but I will say most people are expecting that we get a release announcement for Nyx today.
People are expecting that, but I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
They're crossing their fingers in vain. We're gonna find out in 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. CitizenCon Direct 2025. I can't wait, man. This is fun, man.
It's a giant middle finger. For 2 hours.
Also, I want to say, if you like this kind of content, like it, boost it, subscribe to it, tell your friends about it, and we'll make more. So,
Maybe.
yeah.
This year has marked a turning point in Star Citizen's history. We have
Here he
finally
is.
passed the question of whether we can build an architecture to deliver a universe with incredible detail at massive scale, seamlessly, and where thousands of people can all play together. Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at
What?
scale for the past 9 months. We've brought a more populated and active verse with up to 700 players online and in the same space at once.
No, that's not
It's
true. It's
greatly
only
increased
600.
server performance and delivered a much more responsive player experience.
Silence!
I couldn't be prouder of the team. They delivered something no other online game does presently. There may be other games out there that claim large player counts, or even the ability to mesh, but none do it at our detail, scale, and seamlessness.
Or your bugginess. Got
Of
it.
course, there will be continued improvements to server meshing and to Star Engine, but
I thought it was
having moved
perfect.
past this last big technological hurdle has
Hey,
allowed us
listen.
to finally focus on quality of life and stability improvements, something that has long been overdue. We're about to deliver our 9th patch in 10 months, with content that has brought Star Citizen storytelling into new and exciting directions. We
There
pushed
it
more than
is.
2 dozen features,
Why is his
and more
eyes
than
off-centered?
2,000 bug fixes. And while there is still a long way to go, the game has gotten more stable, performant, and fun as a result. We see this in player metrics. More of you play every day. The daily average users is up 45%
It's got a
from
neck
last
warble.
year, and your play time is up 15%.
Chicken gobbler.
So more people venture out into the verse and stay there longer than ever before. And through all that, we've told the dual stories of the Frontier Fighters Assault on Pyro and the moral compromises being made to combat the regen crisis. Now, as those stories come to a rest for the time being, it's time to look forward to the next chapter of Star Citizen, where the instability in Pyro and the callous actions of some pave the way to new adventures, new locations, and new threats. Last year, we announced our next Star Citizen would be Nyx, home to
Okay.
the People's Alliance of Levski and bordering the Vandal threat. Today,
Here it is.
we're proud to share that your adventures in Nyx begin not next year, but next month. When Star
Yeah,
Citizen
Next
baby!
century.
2 new systems in 1 year. That's only possible because of the tireless work of our development teams, server meshing accelerating what's possible, the support teams behind the scenes, and most importantly, all of you.
$1 billion.
Now, I mean this, that we're not all together under one roof this year, but in many ways, we're more connected than ever. Across the globe, many of you are gathering at watch parties, 9 of them with our developers in attendance, and countless others springing up in communities everywhere, and all
Not us.
happening simultaneously today. So
Where's my
even
javelin, Chris?
if we're separated by oceans and continents, we're bound together by the same passion for space, for discovery, and for this incredible universe we're building together. Whether you're at home or alongside your crew at a watch party, grab a drink, sit back, and let us take you inside our up-and-coming plans for the next year of Star Citizen.
Welcome to home,
There's
my
the coke
LC.
room.
Yeah, Nyx, baby.
You were getting it, dude. Nyx is coming, dude. I'm so excited, bro. I knew it. Never questioned God Emperor Chris Roberts.
Or his
He's
$1 billion.
delivering, dude. Yeah, do you think he's gonna like show us the coke room? You know what I mean?
I think it's a Coke boat at this point.
He's he calls it the bumper
Chris
room.
Roberts
Oh,
never shows where he keeps his money.
his money bin. Dude, watch parties all across the world, dude, and you're watching it here on the Dr. Man Show.
Meow.
We're doing it.
Isn't Nyx the goddess of dreams?
Isn't it like a water
With the
goddess?
foundational technology
Nymph.
now in place, the content development of the game is
It's
no
Igor
longer
from Russia.
restricted, allowing us to forge ahead with building out our first 5-star systems. Nyx will see the much-loved Levski landing zone added back to the verse.
His voice does not
while
match his
also
face.
bringing one of its most iconic landmarks, the
But his
glacier.
sweater looks so comfy.
Here, you'll experience a new combined arms operation that will introduce new factions and new adventures. for
$10
you
says
to
he's wearing
discover.
track pants.
With this edition of our third star system, we're also going to do something that's at the heart of the entire Star Citizen experience.
Oh
and
God.
that is to build it
I'll
right
take
from
that
scratch.
action, gym shorts.
As we have done this year, with the addition of several major locations, such as the Hathor facility
In your
or
mother's
the
bedroom.
Lazarus complex. We will continue to unveil new Nyx content throughout the year. It's a slightly different approach to how we deliver Pyro, but we feel this
He
gets
looks like he
across
owns more than
your
one color of
requests
balaclava.
and shows our intent as we continue our march.
Like a gold-plated one.
I'm so incredibly proud of the work our teams have done and are continuing to do.
Looks like he has a
And we're
babushka.
excited to have you on this next step of our journey. And as with any journey in Star Citizen,
Let's see it.
He wouldn't be able to help make the light armor if he didn't.
The story so far in a galaxy far, far away.
In 2025,
What,
we
another
introduced
bald
two major
guy?
storylines spanning
Is Chris
multiple
Roberts only
patches,
hired bald guys?
creating a living platform for
Doc, you have a
He's
shot.
cloning them.
The first was Pyro Must Burn. It connected Stanton to Pyro and introduced the
Hey, shut up.
fighters, who are relentless, brutal, and determined to wipe out any threats that cross them. And with this month's release, you'll now take part in the conclusion to that storyline. The second was Science Run Amok, with the regen crisis throwing the Empire into chaos, and you all jumping in to help the various corporations respond. Through that journey, we pulled back the curtain on ASD and its shady practices, uncovering long-forgotten Onyx facilities, and met new characters like Dr. Logan Yorit and Detective Arkham Meller of the Hawker
And Dr.
Agency.
Wowie.
And just like the Pyro Must Burn storyline carried us into a new system, Science Run Amok is now setting the stage for Nyx, the next step in the larger story we're telling on the road to 1.0. As this new chapter of Star Citizen begins, let's hear from just a few of the team members working to bring this next era of our
Just shows a
universe to life.
graveyard.
If there don't be another bald dude, I'm gonna be like so pissed off, dude. Let's see the footage. Ooh.
Looks like a Asgard.
Whee!
Valkyries
first discovered, the United Empire of Earth, the UE,
That's a terrapin.
came out and did scans and kind of found out that the system wasn't really worth settling. The planets were too hard to terraform, the resources were too tough to get, so they opened it up.
Record
And
pattern
one
alpha
saw an
1.
opportunity where the UE didn't, QV Planet Services.
Oh.
And so the
Is his
pants
unbuttoned?
system and tried to mine as much as they could.
What the hell?
making a very slim margin by the sheer quantity of resources they were pulling out.
The system itself sort of ran its course from sort of a large
Well, a lot of white
corporate interest,
dudes.
perspective, and then was mostly
That's how you know it's gonna be good.
abandoned.
Now this ended
Shots
up
fired.
being the ideal situation for the People's Alliance, who were a group of revolutionaries.
No
who were
DEI
trying to
hires here.
overthrow the dictatorship of the Messer regime that was going on in the Empire at the time.
So they went to the next system and established what became known as Levski. They wanted to make
Is
it
this like
everything
an
that the UE
asteroid
wanted at
city?
the time.
He said
Ah.
what they saw as their ideal
Oh, this is a
society,
station.
where everyone's voices would be heard, where everyone would be equal.
Is she clapping
But
like
they've
that?
fallen onto hard times.
That's all women are good for.
It's both. It's an asteroid station.
So Nyx is kind of at an interesting point in its history.
Levski.
Welcome to
The UE has
Levski.
kind of transformed itself into a democratic society. What is their role? What are the People's Alliance rebelling against?
Oh, man.
And
Sometimes
we
I
still
wish I was
see the
autistic enough to
Empire
dress like that,
inherently
man.
there. They see their role as still trying to
Oh,
create
dressing
a
like
free
that.
and fair society.
I like it.
And
I'm.
there's
That's a
more
compliment, dude.
problems than
I just-
ever. And
I mean,
there's
besides
Know what I
the
mean?
jeans,
looking around every corner, and they have to ask: are they prepared to handle that?
the faded jeans
Or
kind
do
of.
they need to turn to the UE for help?
That's my favorite part, man. It looks so
Yes.
comfy,
Yeah,
but you're like
okay.
dressed. You're dressed up from the waist up.
He's classy, but he reminds you he's also casual.
You approach it from kind of two angles in a weird way. What is this system?
Want to be dressed like him,
bring
man?
to
Come
the
on.
gallery?
Yeah, actually.
How does this
I
new
like
system
khakis.
plug into it, and what does it bring to the table from a sort of a flavor experience? We want to make sure that whatever it's bringing to the
Is there an
company
in on his
is
shoe? He's
unique,
officially dead.
has some flair
Mhm.
to it.
You
Yeah, he
got some
is.
jowls there, young man.
Probably 4
That's a
times.
choice.
over.
Dresses like he's colorblind.
You
You
d-
want to go and live free.
I'm just gonna
outside
start
of the
naming ships
pressure
randomly.
and influence of the UE.
And wrong.
It's a remote and rugged system with a lot of hostility coming from the ever-present threat of Vandal.
It's kind of like a frontier-esque thing. It's not lawless like Pyro. It's just kind of.
I've seen this guy in Blade Master.
Pyro's more like a Mad Max wasteland, and
He knows.
this is more like Silverado or like Deadwood, right? It's kind of like a.
Wait, I played
smaller
with this guy before.
scale.
Cannery. His name's Kennenik in Star Citizen. I actually killed people with him.
Still going to find
Really?
Yeah.
He's a murder hobo?
Yeah, we were on Dupree killing traders and like shot him in the back of the head.
Oh my God.
Is the main peacekeeping force in Nyx.
They were unhappy with the direction that the Empire was going under the Messers. They got out.
That's
They said,
cool.
We're just going
Live
to
with the
start
dev.
from scratch, build our own society, but build it the way that we think it needs to be built.
They're not perfect. They're just people, but they're doing
This
their
guy
best.
looks
They want
like a
to-
mechanic.
They want to help keep
He's wearing a
Nyx
Drake
safe and
interplanetary
prosperous.
shirt,
They
so
are
that checks out.
Trying to do the best that they can, but are faced with the realities of dealing with people, which is
He builds reactors in the garage.
And a space jockey. I knew it.
Firestar is
He built my
quite a warm
cutter.
star. Stanton Star is quite neutral, and the Nyx is a little bit cooler. The system
That is cool.
has its star, and it has this dark, really, really dense gas, sort of nebulous cloud, and it has points of light scattered around.
Dude,
it,
this looks
and
awesome.
Those points of light
Yeah.
in this gas.
I bet
cloud is
everyone's PC is gonna run this at
really,
5
really
FPS.
Oh, there's nothing in there. There's just gas.
Nyx is bordering Vandal
You'll see,
space,
Star
it's
Citizen.
important that we have a gap in the Nyx gas cloud where you could sort of just, in between the clouds, see a piece of the Vandal space. It feels so close that it's even like protruding some red light.
Like my hernia.
The level designers are using it as an actual visual indicator of where to place more dangerous.
Shh,
POI.
just sit on your
So if you
donut.
point your ship in the direction of it,
Aw.
you should find, as we build it out,
It's so
that
soothing.
you will be in more and more danger.
You put it in
I
the
think
freezer
it's
so
really
it's
cool.
cold.
That's what I do with my toilet paper when I eat Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
To give more atmosphere, I was testing
Jeez.
out adding some sort of space snowflakes, essentially. So when you
Oh yeah, just take
look
my
towards the
FPS harder,
sun,
daddy.
You can sort of see that sort
Just
of
absolutely rip
sparkle,
me apart.
but then
Make
when
my
you
CPU into a strudel.
You'll see the reflections, sort of like little glints of light. For the jump points in Nyx, we'll have 2 on this release. We'll have one from Pyro to Nyx and one from Stanton to Nyx. It should be going from Nyx to Castra, but we're essentially bypassing Castra temporarily.
Hey, we want to make sure you can get there any way you want.
Okay, that's pretty cool because that's on the map. It's not
Belt
like that, but
is a
pretty cool that they're doing this for us.
asteroid belt that is in sort of the middle of the system.
That looks awesome right there.
Glacian Belt
That
is
asteroid
a
belt.
combination of a bunch of technologies that we already had. The asteroid fields we use for planetary rings and the gas clouds, and it's combining them to make something completely new that we've just not seen before.
It's
Okay.
full of resources that are still left unharvested because it's kind of a tricky spot for mining. It's not the easiest.
Hey, look, it's a
place.
Polaris.
That means that there's still a lot of opportunity for independent miners to go.
Now watch it slam into an asteroid.
So the rocks in Nyx are a bit more sharp, like sorts of like icy look, rocky, cliff-like, very
Like a
different
rock?
from those in the Pyro and the Stanton.
One of the big differences too is all of that extra added movement that just
So-
adds a little bit of extra flair.
It's also a good hiding spot for people who are trying to elude capture, maybe set up ambushes. that kind of stuff.
Who would do that, dude? Who would do that, bro?
Always
Ah,
find
get off
way
me! I'm
more
full of
interesting
loot.
flying in those spaces than just, empty void.
And as we build out the Glacian Build over the next year, lots of places to put new content.
I can't believe that guy's a murder robo. That's wild.
Delamar is a very large asteroid.
The
in
ponytail gave him away.
That
I'm not gonna lie.
QB Services had built a mining base on that got taken over by the People's Alliance. And
Why do you have like an 18-year-old's haircut?
Like I said, man, he's pulling the look together. All right.
Levski is our first.
Be
and
nice, he's
biggest
gonna watch
social
this.
outpost for Nyx.
It's kind of like the place where you stop before you do.
I'm
your
trying to help him.
So it's kind of a San Francisco.
Hey, look, it's a
before you
cutter.
go to the gold rush.
It's going to be the central hub for trade and hauling and all of the commerce within Nyx and also from Nyx to other systems.
There's so many asteroids here for Spooner to inspect.
Wild spinner.
Over the years, you're sort of improving the generation method of those asteroids to culminate towards this specific point to make large, explorable location.
Agreed.
When you fly towards the Levski,
I like
you see
that.
this huge gas ring around it, scattered small, mid-sized pieces of the asteroids.
Well, Levski is immediately apparently unique by the fact that it's a facility clamped onto the side of an asteroid. The breathtaking views of looking into the belt.
So Grim Hex means nothing to you?
A unique charm and flavor.
That's old news, bro.
Grim Hex is
Nyx is
through the asteroid.
This is the new hotness now, man.
We'll see.
Let me explain it to you. Old and busted, new hotness.
New hotness.
Along what I'd call the spine.
Welcome to the
Lots
spine.
of industrial pipes and
This is like
What
a
is that?
capital city kind of.
out the refined mining.
That looks like a
It's a bird.
Idris.
Before we were using an actual planet, so we had all of the space available to place all of these structures. But now it kind of meant that we had to create an asteroid which has the appropriate size to.
Dude, that's so cool looking, man.
So this is gonna be like a capital city, like a Hurston Dunst.
Area to fly underneath.
Like Orson.
Bringing in whole sea gameplay. So this is
Whole sea gameplay.
cargo elevators. So as a team, you will be able to load and unload cargo.
There's a lot more movement on the exterior, such as the cargo trains going around tracks.
Okay.
It's now going to be fully EVA-able. There will be walkways around the main landing zone to walk
Which no one will
on
use.
gravity plates, but you can drift off and go wherever you want. They can explore fully the whole place, which is great.
That's Viking, bro.
Dude, that was awesome.
Stronger together, ape.
Anarchists living in Pyro. There are people here in Nyx that care.
This guy looks like he works at Dragon.
I told you.
Is that the lead singer to Disturbed?
It has a sense of order.
Yep.
But only where the People's Alliance has people living.
But we've had Levski before, and we've updated it quite substantially to be more in line with the newer features that have been put in since, but also visually, and there's been a lot of quality of life fixes that we've wanted to add and
How does he get his
Yeah,
beard
cool.
so full on my
standard?
Where do I subscribe to his Spotify playlist? I gotta know what that guy listens to.
Who was a child worker.
And was being worked to death. All of them were. And Anthony Tanaka just had a break and just said no. And stood up
Shout out
against
Trayvon.
the foremen, the supervisors, the managers, the guards, and was killed for it. And so he became a sort of a figurehead.
And kind of was one of the linchpin moments in seeing the fall of the Messer regime.
This is awesome lore, dude.
Yeah.
So if you take the
Why is there a birthday banner? Like, why couldn't they afford a real sign?
view and the cargo
They're in the middle of nowhere, bro.
area as well, so you can go through the cargo shop. You've got your normal kind of cargo needs. You'll have ability to trade and buy your tractor beam and other gear that you need. So if you were to die in the Nyx system, then one of the places you might come out from is the hospital in Levski, which is called the
Oh,
Mercy.
mercy.
So Mercy Hospital is just basically it's
Have
a
mercy.
local med station for all the residents of Levski. Anybody traveling through the system, again, they're trying to provide.
At least it's not as shitty looking as Pyro, though, dude.
First
You know
off,
what I mean?
how dare you?
When you arrive at the hab's location, you'll be presented with a lobby, elevator bank, and then you will take that.
Oh god, I thought it was Mouse's action in real life.
The hab room.
Yeah, man.
So within that room will be pods.
And that's where the
Leftover
original
Chinese
miners
food.
would have lived.
Shitty walk.
They're not the nicest, and they're a bit messy, but they're a home for people in Levski. If you head down to the lower view deck, you'll go through into the Grand Barter, which is
The strip club?
your main social and commercial
Please,
area of
dude.
Levski.
This looks like
where you
Pyro.
will see market sellers selling their wares. There will be stalls. There will be kind of more embedded
I think it
shops.
might kind of be like.
And that includes things like Corderies, which is your armor shop, and also conscientious objects, which is for weapons. There's also one of my favorite places, Cafe
Nice.
Zane, which is where you can go down
The strip club.
some of the more rocky depths and
Hell yeah, dude. Bring your credits to man.
I got a lot. Trust me.
What? I know. I'm gonna meet Tatiana down there.
Ooh, or Ladasha.
Side passages.
No, Ladash is a freak, man.
That's how I like him.
Teach a ship shop.
The darker the darker the berry.
You would go if you were looking
The
to
sweeter the
buy a new
juice.
Ship,
Mm.
buy some ship parts, fix up your old ship, find some new stuff, sell some scrap.
We've closed up Dumpers Depot for Levski, and everything that
Dumpers Depot has got to be a strip club, dude. It's gotta be.
Dumpers Depot is a refinery.
As well as the cargo
Come on, bro.
a refinery deck for Levski. That's where you
That is a
can take
perfect
your
name for a freaking strip club.
Levski, but
No, the perfect name is Meat.
system and refine and sell those goods.
It's too on the nose.
As a lot
Or
of
is
the
it?
content in the next coming releases for Nyx is going to be mining related.
Makes sense. You have a lot of asteroids.
Levski.
So this is where Mord and I will be living.
Type of gameplay.
I might live with you if there's no trams.
So we're really happy to bring Levski back into the game. It's been gone for quite a few years.
Yeah,
Looks kind of
just
small.
mining for riches.
Yeah.
Unique environment. of
Like dwarves, like space dwarves. Rock and stone.
Love it and are working their hardest to make it a great
Was-
place to live.
Oh, that's the C2. I thought it was an A2.
Location That has a lot of nostalgia for you guys.
That was a whole
And
E or
we
C
don't want
or
this just
D
to be
or
a
B.
re-release.
Who
We want
knows?
you to go, wow.
It's not going to be as complete as Pyro was when it first came out, but it's going to be our first iteration, and you're going to be able to see it grow as we work on it.
Like,
So basically,
with
it's
everything
super
rolling,
early access.
learning
There's
and
not gonna be in there.
improving and finding new ways.
I mean,
Yeah.
more Star Citizen than just building the system while the players watch us build it around them.
True.
Yeah.
To Stanton and be a
How can you
much more
smile at
common,
those
you know,
words?
style system than Pyro.
The
He
people
knows
that
what this
would
is.
have played it before are going to love to see this come back, and the people that haven't seen it before, it's going to be a great new location.
This is the first time that I'm going to be able to touch stuff and kind of bring
Or
my own
grass.
content to the game, and that's really exciting to me.
Levski coming
Can't
back
wait to
into
kill.
the game is a huge milestone personally for me. So I worked on the original quite some time ago. So seeing it come back and updated and improved and better is fantastic.
I'm just glad Phil Collins is still working.
Ooh.
Something wicked this way comes.
So we've talked about Levski, we've talked about the Glacian Belt, but you're probably asking yourself, what's the new gameplay activity we're going to be doing? So let's find
That's
out.
exactly what I was asking
Welcome to Nyx
myself.
is your first experience in a new space station in a new solar system.
It's a mystery to be solved. There's things for the player
AKA,
to
we don't
explore
know.
and look into. There's going to be some twists and turns, of course, some combat, and if you're lucky enough to survive, maybe some good rewards.
This is basically
All right,
a
Kara, Nick.
continuation of kind of our ASD storyline. So in the closing out
Here it
what we
comes.
called our Science Run Amok storyline,
Oh my God.
we had
Oh, ASD site.
revealed that ASD had been procuring sort of very black market illegal stuff in order to conduct their experiments.
Right.
So this
Ah!
on that trail.
So the Navy has learned that illegal tech is being sold in the UAE, and they're hiring Intersect to investigate. Intersect Defense Solutions is the leading military defense contractor in the UAE. So the Navy contractor.
Right, so they hired one of their competitors?
doing various kind of military operations.
I have one of
that
those.
they couldn't handle themselves. We didn't actually want players to be working directly for the Navy. The Navy just doesn't.
What was that,
call up
Gucci
random
brand armor?
citizens and ask like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
free
what
to
was the
fly home.
flowers?
I guess as a player, when you can think about like, oh, where am I going to be doing missions that are capital ship battles or large fleet scale stuff or military operations, that's all going to come from Intersect Defense Solutions. Intersect have discovered the source of the illegal tech is in the Nyx system and an old abandoned QV Planet Services logistics station that's come back online.
So they want the players to figure out what's going on.
It's a Guardian.
So when you come out of Quantum...
Of the galaxy?
Your approach vector to the objective, you'll be weaving through asteroids, going through the glacial belt, and slowly the station will reveal itself. Now this is an old QV logistics station.
That's a power
It's pretty
station.
beat up, it's pretty derelict, but there's some points of interest that you'll spot as you go through.
C Control V
station
Pyro.
itself shares design cues from old Pan Am stations found in Pyro. This architectural design found its way over to the Nix system as the system was being established. But you'll also see some additional design cues that QV planetary services were adding, so it's a nice transition architectural point. It's fairly skeletal in design. You'll see logistics yards and cargo yards, but also facilities pinned inside the asteroid, creating this network of facilities. You'll notice there's a Polaris near the main hub. It's not a normal Polaris. It's damaged, it's broken. It's not a standard corporate Polaris. So at this point, you should be asking yourself, who does this belong to? Away from
That's
the
exactly
Polaris,
what I
you'll
was
see
asking
threats
myself.
leading to asteroid bases.
Oh, I steal
These
it.
asteroid bases are locked.
The executive
You
hangars.
don't know exactly what's inside just
I
yet.
live in there.
But all of this comes together to form the playground for the mission to take place. So not only is this facility unabandoned, but it's also under attack from a surprising but familiar foe.
Is it the Cardassians? What is that, Demand?
Idris.
Lord. What are those things, dude?
Those are all Idrises.
They're being attacked by the Idris?
Idris is a type of ship.
Well, what's in that ship, dude? Looks like octopus aliens.
First time in the PU.
Vandal.
The Vandal.
Oh, shit. That's that bad guy aliens, right?
They're missing
Oh,
The
hell.
Vandal are a nomadic, very, very, very violent spacefaring race.
They've been striking out against outposts and such in the Nix system. They don't really know what they want, don't know why they're doing it, but it seems like whoever's running the station is really pissed them off.
Vandal raiding parties have been arriving.
Oh.
And
Light up the stage and watch me jump like a vandal.
The small group coming in and picking at them. But as time goes on, those raids have been bigger and more frequent.
They'll be the scythes that you're familiar with.
Oh, they're really the space Cleons, dude. They really are. Kapla!
Tell me that doesn't look like a bird of prey.
It does, dude. I love it. So awesome. It looks more badass than a bird of prey. I said it.
On arrival asking you for help.
So at this point, you have a choice. You can either bug out, mission over, or join the fight.
I'm joining. Open fire.
This will be the first time
The Hornet?
since the PU launched that
He's
you're
in a
going
Hornet.
to fight against Vandal aggressor ships.
This fight will be intense.
Shut up, Harry Potter. I want to see more of the damn fucking, like, spaceships.
They will have to be prepared and they'll have to
Are you sure it'll be intense?
fight off this
If I bring out a Polaris,
be the end.
are you sure it's gonna be intense?
After you fight off the
Looks
Vandal
awesome,
ships,
dude.
the mysterious inhabitants of the station invite you to come on board.
Which Insect sort of will encourage you to do because it'll help further their investigation against.
It's going to be a TP and a wigwam.
why these QB stations.
You dock your ship, you board the station, and it turns out
It's
the
two
inhabitants
tits.
here have a
Boom.
Real surprise for you.
Well done.
The player will be immediately ambushed. These guys are not your friends.
Of course, it's not going to be easy. Shock lasers. That are inhabiting the station are going to fight you every step of the way.
The fight will be challenging, but this definitely will be.
I'm gonna laser you.
Of this mission.
Get lasered, dude.
In a sense of what exactly is going on here.
Oh, I knew it, dude.
People
Sith
are-
lightning
They'll
gun.
be in
My favorite.
unfamiliar armor. They will be wielding unfamiliar weapons.
That.
And we want
I
you
need it.
to get a sense that you are in a new place, in a new territory, fighting a new faction.
Daka, 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 daka. Bra, brow.
You guys would use broken weapons against them?
Who are these people? Why are they attacking? Why are the Vandal attacking them?
At this point, there's more going on here than anyone thought. The director from Intersect is to
Not me.
explore the
I predicted
station
all of
and
this.
collect as much information as you possibly can.
Along the way, you're going to get to explore some new areas.
It's not just the space station. There's the disabled capital ship.
It's a lifestyle.
Asteroid bases nearby with obvious installations there, other forces that the Vandal have been attacking. There's a debris field.
Explore the locations in any order you want and try to find out who these people are and why the Vandal are after them.
You'll find new clues. You'll find ways to solve the puzzle of what's going on at the space station and find out what kind of loot they have for you now that you've beat them.
And of course, this is a legally open station, so anything you find is yours.
Are you the intern?
Sell, maybe even give to Wicklow.
Yep. Wicklow? That's racist, dude.
This isn't just a one-time event. This is a permanent sort of mission that we're going to be adding to the game.
You can go back and repeat this mission and find ways to do it even better, even faster.
There'll be a different story and different flavor. Obviously, we can't have the same thing happen every
I feel
time.
like he
There'll be
keeps
other
anything he
missions
finds
that
around the
set up
office
to,
too.
based on the evidence that you found.
Now you know the real story, and you can start digging and giving more information to Intersect along the way.
I'm super excited to finally see the Vandal in the PU.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we know why you're excited.
Cool Vandal ship combat to SC.
Players in the PU will now get a face down these awesome ships and get.
What about Arena Commander? We already do.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like we already have it in Arena Commander, where you get a fight. And being
All right,
able
bro.
to do that in the PU is
Good call, man.
I think a heck of a lot of fun.
All right, bro. You know what? You got
some more.
Well played.
Some more of that, dude. He got you.
For us for not only pushing hard and adding great content this year, we're also being able to introduce the next star system and introducing the next landscape to tell
Terra?
new stories and add new gameplay beats into the ever-expanding universe. So we'll leave 4.4 there. If you're at one of the watch parties, please raise a toast to the great work that all.
Hell yeah, dude. It's only 3 p.m. I'm gonna get drunk.
A few minutes to look ahead at some of the things coming in 2026.
All right, this is the moment I've been waiting. Wait a minute. There's actually a watch party. What?
And welcome to the Voyager Bar in beautiful scenic Orison, where the staff of Cloud Imperium Games Manchester is gathered for their very own CitizenCon Direct watch party.
Ironically, they're eating like pizza from Papa John's.
We've gathered today to watch this
Little Caesars.
at just a little of what the next year of Star Citizen has in store for everyone.
Oh my God,
Oh,
dude.
that was really good, everybody. I'm Jared Huckabee, your host for the festivities and for the show
Oh,
today.
no.
Let me tell you, it's not a joke. It's not a gag. Next week, we're hitting our 9th patch in 10 months. And then in
Sound.
November, we're gonna
Sound.
finish out
The
year
reverb.
along with the long-awaited arrival of the Nix.
Turn his
system.
mic back on.
In case you missed it because you were chatting with friends. Hi. It's not the lawless Pyro many folks have been speculating, but an independent system with its own set of rules and laws and multiple ways to get there. It's an exciting time for everyone at Cloud Imperium Games because, as the architects of our persistent universe said at the start of the show, the foundational tech that we've been building for so many years has now unlocked us to bring more to Star Citizen than ever before as we continue our journey towards 1.0. Now, before we continue with the show, let's get a few housekeeping tasks out of the way. First, we're simulcast on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want the keen communities of Twitch or the 4K ultra high resolution of YouTube,
It's against the rules of
you have
Twitch.
your choice. Second,
Mhm.
throughout the broadcast
Yep,
today,
they just
we want
violated
to
the
see
rules.
and hear what you have to say along the way, and you can tell us on social media by using hashtag CitizenCon. We're especially
Yeah.
interested to see
Enjoy getting
photos of those
banned.
watch parties that are happening across the globe, and we're going to find some way to bring a few of them into the broadcast later in the program. Third,
What?
we've also had a CitizenCon contest going for people to create their very own slice of life in the PU videos, and we played the winning entries during our pre-show countdown. The offerings were super varied. The idea was to work with a team to show the life of a miner or a hauler or a bounty hunter or whatever. But one guy just said, I'm going to make a video about how awesome I am. And I respect that. So shout out
Demand.
Nocturnal Revenant. I don't remember if
Oh.
you were one of the winners getting an L21 Wolf from Kruger for their efforts, but you won the coveted Disco Lando Complete Narcissist Award. Good job. And to all the winners, I'm sure someone will either be in touch with you about your wolves or they'll just show up on your
Wait, are they gonna show the video, or did we
They
already
did.
watch it?
We watched it. At the very beginning, before they started.
If you missed the pre-show,
I missed some of them.
you
Yeah.
can check the replay after we're done here today.
No.
All right. I just realized that my bosses, Chris and Sandy, are sitting in a movie theater watch party in Switzerland right now. A completely captive audience. So real behind the scenes here. This is especially torturous for Chris right now because he's super excited about the next segment we've got coming up. Aren't you, Chris?
You're fired,
And
Huckabee.
you're just sat there right now, forced to watch and listen to anything I say. Do either of you regret that decision so long ago?
Here comes the N-word controversy.
Push my luck enough. Let's get to the next thing. When Nyx arrives next month, it'll have Levski, the Glacium Belt, and the new Welcome to Nyx operation we just discussed. But throughout 2026, we'll also continue to build the star system out with new features and new technologies that will not only set Nyx apart and give it a unique identity from its sibling star systems, but continue to set Star Citizen apart from other video games altogether. Now, at this point, if you're running one of the watch parties, you're going to want to crank your speakers up for some brand new music from the maestro Pedro himself. And let's take a look at some of what the next year has to offer for the Nyx system.
Hell yeah, dude. Didn't we already see everything it has to offer, though? Like, what's left?
You're about to find out.
Cloud Imperial
Oh my
games,
God.
we believe art inspires the best technology. And through the development of that technology, it pushes us to create even better art. When Genesis comes to the persistent universe,
What's with the
starting
Star Trek
next
Voyager
year,
music?
It will change how you experience every world, and not just in the building of the new planets for the Nyx system. We will also go back through Stanton and Pyro and reimagine them through the lens of our technology. Previously,
Can you fix my freight elevators?
traditionally, we'd create slices of biomes like desert
9.
forests. This approach moved us forwards and got us this far, but solving the scale was always tricky. And for Star Citizen, we like to do scale on another level. Issues like seeing tiling from our height maps from high altitude, or the unpredictable blending when two biomes connected, were common. But
What about when elevators don't spawn?
things just never felt right.
No.
The worlds were gorgeous, but to us, they still sometimes felt like interpretations.
You owe my boy some damn loot now.
Problem, which we need
What about all our gold we lost during a server error?
requires.
I remember that. I was there for that one.
To emulate nature in the most believable way. And
He's not talking about elevators. He's going to need you to get all the way up off his back about it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that I want a simple game mechanic fixed.
You're not getting it, all right? We're getting Nyx instead. What is this, dude?
With Genesis, we've made a complete path to how we do things. Biomes are now created based on the physical data sets.
Oh, yeah, I can see my FPS.
Whenever and wherever
Wait.
the correct criteria is found.
Now we are God.
A forest or a meadow, it's no longer because an artist painstakingly crafted it there. It's now because it simply wants to be there.
What the hell? What?
Our rules.
It's alive, man.
Genesis also ties.
Isn't this the plot of like Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Information we create.
Chris Pratt in here?
Like height maps, humidity, temperature, soil type, soil amounts, geology erosion data, to name but a few.
This seems like a lie. How is this possible?
Ah, yes, Broken Promise Con.
Looks like it would be suitable for it. Where scree piles exist below sheer cliff faces, and where rocks have broken off over time due to erosion. Of course, these new tools still
Oh,
give
yes,
us the
the
ability
sack.
to direct the look and feel we want.
Those are gross, dude.
Attention to
Those are
detail
disgusting.
from the tallest
Bomb them from
mountain
orbit.
to the smallest flower
It's nature's
is
gusher.
still our core DNA.
Oh.
With Genesis, we can now keep that
Or Mother Nature assist.
detail-orientated mindset as we focus on the quality, and it provides the quantity. Genesis provides
So-
our planets with the ultimate sense of exploration and adventure, discovery in the purest emotional form. We want you to find that perfect place, with the planets providing an abundant resource to harvest. this is a major part of what exploration is for us. We want that feeling of finding a corner of the universe that you'll fall in love with, and where you want to settle down and build your home.
I feel the success of my freight elevator working.
Nope. Genesis system.
Into what we have built that
Oh
allows
boy.
Genesis to realize our vision. As a reminder, some of the visuals you'll see will evolve and change as we continue our technological development.
Yeah, it'll change to
Hone in
poor quality.
on the final look for Nick.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly what I'm looking at here. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Thanks, Ian. So, in case it's not already clear,
Chris?
Genesis is our name for a group of technologies that are improving our ability to build worlds, refining those that we've already created.
Could you like button out other like top button, please? Just one more, please. Oh, I can't stop looking at it.
Is that where his father burnt the cigar out at?
Oh, I don't know. You could have just put one more button up, bro. Why did you do that? Why are you showcasing it? Please.
So there are 3 planets in Nyx. Nyx 3 is a gas giant, and I think it's blue. It's not going to surface. I don't really know.
They sit the guy who like
Nyx 2 is
has
like
colorblind.
Toxic. It's got like this high pressure atmosphere, and it's like a very volatile planet with high risk reward.
Oh yes, P planet.
It's going to have some really interesting biomes for you to discover, but for now, just know it's going to be dangerous, because today we're going to focus on what we consider to be the hero planet of this system.
You can't call everything with a yellow tint P planet, okay? They have to have different names.
PP planet.
That's true, yeah.
It's got a
Mountain Dew
rugged,
planet.
remote beauty. It's got a diverse set of biomes, from weathered rocky mountain ranges to vast sweeping
It's
forests
beautiful.
and grasslands, and from damp, expansive wetlands to claustrophobic, festering swamps.
with nut sacks,
These
dude.
core biome concepts give us a fantastic platform to hone our technology. In some cases, because the current tech couldn't do them at all, or because we
Oh,
want
so
to
they're
continue
testing the
to
tech
develop
on
them.
Nyx's planets.
I guess so.
So,
I'm burning up on reentry.
The orbit appearance of the planets going forward is far more tied to what is present on the surface. Previously, we had different data that drove the orbital and ground coloring. That's because the orbit was designed to look like vegetation that we'd place on the surface, and the ground coloring was trying to be a mix of soil, rock, and the organic compound coloring that forms the kind of colors there. Now we author much more of the data in a unified way. When you look at
Dear
Earth,
God, I don't
you see
care.
blues and greens for oceans.
Yeah, I was about to say that. This doesn't make any
Brown,
sense to
yellowy
like
tones
me,
of
dude.
sand
Like,
and soil.
I'm not a
Like-
smart man. Like like
Set of textures
we're
that
comedians,
basically
dude.
find the color
I'm
of
not
More,
gonna
can
go
you
down there and
translate this?
touch it.
ground are used to create the orbital look. We then assess the presence of vegetation and competition between different species.
There's too many
on each
graphs
planet
and charts.
that blend in tones of green, including variations due to species health and the current season. This creates a
Oh
far
my
more
God, no one cares, dude. Are you just padding your hours? Did you really not have anything planned for CitizenCon? Is that why you only did
Well,
2
some-
hours?
Let's go down to the surface and start with something closer to what you're
Bro, you're size 16 double spacing your paragraphs right now, bro.
Here we go. Look, we're about to see something. All right.
Yeah, more
I'm
rocks.
gonna turn it all around.
This
Here we
soil's
go.
made of the finest
When
limestone.
we approached the surface of the planet, we wanted to start by focusing on just the soil.
Kiwi can't wait to get down there and taste those rocks.
There's a lot of rocks to lick.
Was simply feature complexity.
I mean, it looks beautiful, but it's not going to look like that on my game. I assure you.
To combat this, we've added a new
You
layer.
haven't
You have to lick
experienced-
all the rocks.
That layer is
Kiwi
called
does.
medium tiles.
Wait, here we go. Medium tiles on, medium tile. You see the difference? You see the sweeping changes,
No.
man?
Top of the
Look,
existing
look.
4-kilometer
What
terrain
changed?
tiles based on slope,
Hold on,
soil type,
oh no, we're
and
sweeping back the other way. No, hold on, now we got the
These
medium color on.
don't
All right, what is this,
just
Mexico
create
now?
changes,
You can put the Mexico
they also
filter on.
bring Local erosion data both for soil and bedrock size values.
New Mexico City.
Oh my God, this guy
gives us a
loves
whole new
rocks.
level of terrain detail, of scale, and allows us
Oh,
to
man.
create far more unique locations across the planet.
Rocks, rocks,
So
rocks,
now that we've
rocks.
nailed the surface, let's have a look at adding some rocks. We've now got
more
two
rocks.
major contributors to the
All right,
rock
bro.
content of our planet.
You all right?
Firstly,
They're padding hours.
long-desired
100%.
feature,
100p.
cliffs. We
This
are
beautiful
adding
cliff.
Explaining
very
this is
detailed
Lord of the
all
Rings.
geology.
Look at this. It's made of slate, granite, and limestone. It was made in 800 BC when this planet was first forged. The sand just weaves down the lanes.
Ground vehicle enthusiasts, rocks are now
It's lagging
found not
like
scattered
5
everywhere,
FPS.
like spoke popcorn at the cinema, but only in places you'd expect to find them. Thanks
Even in
to
the
a
video.
brand new rock scattering algorithm that isn't annoying as hell. Using physical data generated for each large and medium
As
planet,
opposed to the
now
medium
rock
data.
distribution makes sense
Imaginary
on a
data doesn't
physical
exist.
basis.
Give me your belts.
Dude.
So if you're still crashing into them after this comes out, that's on you.
Or desync. Or
Ooh.
bugs.
Damn.
Or Star Citizen can't actually make a proper
We
I.
now create rock sets related to a particular geology that
These are all shit you can mine, right? Like this is all stuff you can.
No.
This ties into how we'll be distributing.
You can't mine. Yeah, you can. Look. See?
That one small rock you can. There's only certain rocks you can though. All those rocks you can't mine. Only like maybe
now
that
that
rock
base terrain
and that
and
rock.
rock scattering looks good.
Maybe that rock.
Let's add some
What about that one back there?
vegetation and explore some additional biomes.
Oh. Can you chop these trees down?
Nope.
Do you like? I see a collector.
It's not a collector. That's just a vehicle.
Oh, it's a harvester. I could tell.
It was not a harvester.
Like on Dune.
All sorts of
No.
elevations, like mountain valleys, open plains, and dense meadows.
Oh yes, soil
Oh my
quality.
god, yes. Talk to me about the soil quality. Can I grow my potatoes in it?
They begin
Hold on.
into more wetland.
Can you build like your own like house stuff
No.
down like in? He was saying you could settle on one of these planets.
Super cool. Let's focus
If they're
on
planning,
lands and
eventually,
wetlands
when our
today.
grandkids are born.
So,
You know we ain't
how
having
we
any
make things
grandkids.
So great. Obviously, we've had grass before.
When
but
someone's
never
grandkids are
meadows
born,
of
they'll
it.
enjoy it.
Because until now, we haven't been able to spawn grass in large enough quantities or effectively.
Dude, Minecraft has got you beat.
So we're stepping up our game in terms of spawning, shaping.
So this is
and
all like
feeding grass.
mostly graphical improvements, or this is like functional too?
No. Planet improvements to make it look prettier. But they can't fix my fruit elevators.
Whether it be dense
Alright,
meadows or more complex collections of ground cover, like you can see in these
Mm.
wetlands.
So if you want to fly down there, you can take a look at it, but
Also
that's
able
it.
to fit our
You just
grass
look at
types
it.
to the ground by conforming them
They're
to
padding
unique
hours.
terrain.
This guy's been speaking for
Now we
22
can
minutes.
finally cover complex terrain shapes
About
with
rocks.
He's
grass,
going over the
ground cover
complex and
assets, and as a result,
detailed
they are now
solutions of the Genesis system with the grass and the aggregate rock generation systems.
My left nut's dry.
It's too much negativity. I'm turning your salt level down by 50%.
Just okay, 35%. 35%.
shading of a grass
So you guys are enjoying this.
field of grass
I'm talking about
very
limestone.
differently to like a
I'm gonna be real with you, dude.
We now use
I have no idea what I'm looking at or what's happening, but I'm trying to learn. I'm the newbie, remember? Like I'm trying to figure out because this is what Mortisay is going to affect all of the planets and the way that they generate the biomes going forward. So this is kind of important.
solving the distant representation of grass.
Is it?
Exactly.
Let's talk about the
Is it?
distance problem.
It's going to make creating planets much faster,
One of our
and they're going to
biggest
look better.
achievements with Genesis is allowing us to build beautiful biomes out of flora and
And
geology assets
faster,
like
right?
A building set. Like, can I say Lego?
No.
Too late. But in the past, this broke down very quickly when objects simply disappeared when viewing the same biome from 10, 20, 100 kilometers away. Because we don't hide planetary transitions and allow you to view complex regions from very large distances, there are almost infinite perspectives from which you can see a location in Star Citizen. So, how can we afford to evaluate complex spawning logic at runtime for the entire swathes of the planet? Enter the virtual terrain. Virtual terrain, or VT for short, is how we now cache and represent our terrain
VT.
at varying scales. This has been the enabler for all of the lovely advances in terrain complexity and asset spawning we've shown so far. And it's also how we now evaluate and represent vegetation from a distance. When creating the VT for each part of the terrain, we assess if vegetation has covered the ground, and if so, what shading should be applied. For all of our biomes, we're now able to use the same shading model for the distant representation as the close-up asset, whether that's our lovely rolling hills, some more dramatic rockscapes,
limestone,
those muggy wetlands,
the tree beard, the tree ants are attacking.
Swamps. So yeah,
you show the same swamp.
Wizards should know better.
And they're coming to Nix 1 as well. Built using the lessons learned and all the technologies we've developed, these swamps now spring into existence from the planetary data. This biome combines all of the elements from the other biomes we've shown you today, from water interaction, denser spawning, unique ground coverage.
Don't follow the lights.
Really
I don't think I've ever seen you guys like land on a swampy planet. Is there not one?
I can't think of any swampy areas yet. That's pretty much something that's coming with Genesis, I think.
The planet tech portion of Genesis and how we're using it right now to sculpt the identity of Nix 1. And I hope you're as excited as we are to explore this and everything we haven't shared yet next year.
As you can see, Genesis is now inspiring everyone here to create planets of the quality and believability we've always strived for.
So Nix is like Nix 1 is like the
that I truly believe
testing grounds.
Our worlds apart from anything we've done before. And with that said, let's move on to a little travel between systems, literally.
What is that, man? What is that?
Up until now, our mission system has been specific to the star system you're in, meaning a Stanton mission has to take place in the Stanton system, and a Pyro mission has to take place there. We've never been able to link these together, but with the introduction of our third star system, it's time for this to change. And that begins with the introduction of interstellar cargo.
What are you talking about? System-to-system hauling missions. Hauling is back.
No one said hauling was gone. You guys even play the game?
Oh my god. I swear to God, Hubert, or whatever the hell your name is.
Missions where you're going to start in, say, Stanton and end in Nix, taking various volumes of cargo between the stations. So there'll be high volumes of cargo that kind of fulfill the purpose for the Hull C and the other series of Hull ships. And there'll be a few...
Right, so now we got to deliver shit to other star systems?
I have to manually load my Hull C.
Station in Pyro, and go through the jump point to Stanton, and
oh no.
Helios.
So
you knew it was coming.
Sort of experience the jump point or going through it. These missions will require you to.
Oh, I guess I'm going back to murder hoping.
Come on, man, you're the best pilot in 4 star systems, and only 3 are available.
I'll be doing them in my
Oh,
not gonna be hauling, that's for sure.
He's going to be doing his in his Drake cutter.
But the Drake cutter is really cute, so.
Really cute.
One thing that we're looking to add with the interstellar missions is scripted combat encounters where you can be attacked by NPC ships. Maybe the mission.
He's -1 man cards.
Pirates who are looking to get a hold of that cargo, as well as express missions, which means the deadline timers that you're used to in the regular hauling missions might get really tight, and you've got to learn to be very fast. All of the love and care that has gone into hauling missions so far, with the logistics,
where's my freight elevators?
Making sure they make sense within the themes of the systems. Just
You're going to fly all the way across like multiple galaxies only to have the freight elevator eat your cargo.
We said we was going to build out the Nix system right in front of you after 4.4 launches next month. And why we want to keep as much of what we're doing behind closed doors so you can discover it for yourself in-game and on your own, we still are excited to share with you a brief look at one of our up-and-coming locations we're calling Rockcracker.
Oh, man. Hey, you can't say that. That's our word.
Okay, so Rockcracker, Jared, is our internal name.
Rockcracker is where you have to crack a rock. It's a big rock.
It just cuts to the next like section.
So way out into the Kiga belt, you'll find these old QV breaker stations.
So you guys have never done this?
These were original industrial facilities breaking apart asteroids and mining them down. But since they've been mothballed and been left abandoned. So you're going to have to find your way inside and thinking about how do we bring this facility back to life. It's not just about flipping a switch. As you bring these stations back to life, you'll be lighting the beacon and calling attention to these long places.
That's so cool, dude.
One of the main features is the laser head, which will require certain things to get working. It's up to you and your friends to find how to get in.
There'll be a variety of options. Whether you're discovering the bowels of the station and mining your way through long-forgotten tunnels, or you're going through the main laser entrance. Now, as you're traversing through the facility, you'll find the old engine room. Now, there may be ways to bring the facility back to life, kickstart the engines, and bring power to different parts of the facility. Maybe
kick tires,
bringing the laser back online,
light the fires.
The secondary gameplay loop is FPS combat. You're not there by yourself.
There may be
Darth Vader, stormtrooper years.
In these stations, trying to
So
stop you
the
from
rifle,
what
the
you
butt
want
of your
to do.
rifle is clipping through your armor.
Dude, this looks like it's gonna be so much fun, dude. Daka 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 daka.
I mean, this is Murder Hobo work. How could you not like it?
It's Murder Hobo mixed with the rock cracking, dude. So loot and killing, best of both worlds.
Facilities. You've brought them back to life. You've systematically brought power to various functions of the facility. You've activated the laser.
And now demand comes in, kills you all, and steals your hardware.
That's me right there on the right.
Then you'll be able to fly your ship inside and see what's there.
Or it's a chance for you guys to try to keep me alive while I try to work the machines.
So you fly a ship into an asteroid.
Yeah. You just get into your ship and fly in and start searching around and trying to find the pieces that you want to mine.
That guy's name is Samuel Boss. That's awesome.
I'm really
What's
excited
inside the rock, Mord?
It's a sandbox activity. You can kind of
More
go
rock,
into these
dog.
whenever you want to.
This content is for players who
Morning.
enjoy
X.
mining, who enjoy exploration, investigation, and don't mind a little bit of FPS content while they're there.
It will be
Oh,
very new
why is he
experience
laughing like
compared
that?
to any other asteroid. This one, kind of like Alan and mine, will crack open and show its secret.
And one presumes you can make a decent amount of scratch on an asteroid that's big enough you fly your spaceship into it.
It wouldn't be worth doing if you couldn't make a good amount of coin. Yeah.
Making promises for the econ team.
Yeah. They've got a balance.
We're gonna be rich.
We're gonna be rich, man. No way this goes wrong.
A lot of minerals. When crafting comes in, when all the other mechanics and features that we want in the game for 1.0 come in, it will be a place where like an organization or a group of like 5-6 people could come and just get a monumental amount of minerals.
And then have it stolen by superior players.
So that's a look at some of what's coming over the next 12 months. In addition to what we've shown, there'll be new mission packs tailored to the People's Alliance and their struggles. There'll be events that invest you into the evolving storyline of all 3 systems we'll have in the game. And of course, when we begin populating these with new planets, there'll be a whole host of ground-based POIs, settlements, and structures inhabited by those trying to make their way in the verse. And all of this in service of building star systems that complement the massive corporate yard of Stanton, the lawless ganking of Pyro, and now the new frontier of discovery for the Nyx system. Should I say ganking?
Already did.
Demand muted his mic so you
yeah,
couldn't hear him
a whole lot to take
salivating.
in there. Interstellar hauling is the beginning of a massive expansion to the mission system that'll let us connect these 3-star systems like never before. What else we got? Rockcracker. Rockcracker is just one of the next operations.
Are they
that'll be
pretending
coming
to
the next
talk?
system in the first
Are they
half of next
acting?
year, where you're gonna fly into an asteroid and do that thing that miners love more than anything else. Complain about PvPers getting in their way.
Are they?
No, I'm being told it's mining.
Are they acting?
And of course, one of the most anticipated features coming to Star Citizen.
There's nothing in that girl's glass.
And what that means for the planets of Star Citizen, including the ones already in there.
What am I looking at? Is this the Truman Show?
Find out more. And I'm just remembering that Will Hain is in France at the watch party. Okay, France. Ask Slarty Bart.
I'm tripping out at the people in the background. What is happening right now?
All right, and see if we can get some fjords. What else we got? The CitizenCon Digital Goodies Pack. That's hard to say. That went up for sale.
What is going on?
A whole bunch of mysterious items in it, and that's where I can tell you now that almost all of them are tied to the Nix system in one way or another.
This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Let's see what I've already bought, guys.
Two armor sets from that mysterious faction causing a ruckus with a van duel, and an Intersect BDU sweater and outfit, a couple of crazy weapons that I'm certain we're going to learn about in just a few minutes, some slick Levski swag, and finally, to celebrate the long-awaited addition of the Van Duel to Star Citizen, a cool Van Duel knife and adorable plushie, which I swear to love and squeeze and cherish forever. So yeah, it's a pretty solid haul for this year's Digital Goodies Pack, which you can still pick up right now on the RSI store. So now, let's go ahead and transition into our next segment. Much of what you see in the show today has been the culmination of a lot of people's work in... What's up? All right, I had a dream about like this once. Yeah. Okay, so against everyone's better judgment, the thing has finally happened. Can I help you?
How do you think the show's going?
Good. We're getting the Nix star system and the Van Duel are coming.
Kind of been a lot of Nix, right?
Well, yeah, but it's a major milestone and it deserves a major showcase celebrating everybody's hard work. And
you got more, right?
I feel like I'm watching a fever dream.
Cool.
Wow, it's like they only scanned the original.
It's the Truman Show.
If pictures steal your soul, imagine what face scanning and PCAP does.
Well, this has been super cringe. So I'm gonna head out.
Bye.
The self-aware, like, animated version of...
is still better. You should have done that.
Of course. Thank you. Part of me that isn't a soulless marketing puppet. All right. No.
They're not even really drinking. None of them have taken a sip of their
Let's just
beers.
Go to some spaceships, shall we?
What?
Hi, my name's John Crew. I'm the vehicle director here at CIG, and welcome to Talking Ship, where we're going to talk about 3 new ships coming to the Persistent Universe.
The meat.
Is this it? Is this what you're waiting for, man?
I don't know what I was waiting for, to be honest.
What ships are we getting?
The last year has been pretty hectic in terms of vehicle deliveries. I think we've delivered...
So Nix, Genesis, ships, I was right about everything.
You were right about every stinking thing, dude. But what you did anticipate
a few little gaps. We've
was
some new ships by some old
the black hole system.
The Polaris come out, and obviously people have enjoyed.
It wasn't hard to figure out, so I can't actually take much credit.
Meanwhile, I had no idea what was going
It's
on.
nice to start revisit some of the older catalogue and some of the bigger ships again.
Is that the lead singer of ZZ Top?
Favourite ship from the last year is a tie between the Wolf and the Golem.
Favourite ship in the last year?
He's the lead singer of a cover band called Sharp Dress Man.
Everyone's mentioning the Wolf. The Wolf's everyone's favorite.
He did audition for the Dire Straits, like, replacement guitarist.
Completely new aesthetic to the game.
The Wolf was, it was kind of everything we set it out to be, and it revived an old manufacturer.
The Wolf.
So, yeah, I'm going to say the Wolf.
The Golem, I think, is just an incredibly well-formed ship in such a small package. It really just shows off that Drake aesthetic, giving you the absolute bare minimum needed to perform a role.
I honestly do really like the Zeus. I think it came out really well. It's kind of hard to pin down.
And now they're going to announce a new salvage starter ship.
Next year we've got some super exciting ships coming up. We're ticking off a few big ones, which is good. We're gonna see again maybe some ships from some manufacturers that don't have that many in their lineup. There's
He looks so nervous.
Big challenging ones starting. So they're good. A breadth of ships, should we say?
The 3 new ships we're going to introduce today all tie in some way to the primary factions fighting over the Nyx system. We'll start with the People's Alliance and Anvil Aerospace.
Here it comes.
Anvil is a very
The SS Don Cheadle.
brand. It's been a brand that's in Star Citizen for a long time, fighting for lots of military contracts and law, often up against Aegis, and to the point it actually beat Aegis in the past. You will be familiar with a lot of their ships' designs, such as the Hornet and Lightning. Earlier this year, we introduced the Anvil Asgard, based on the Valkyrie chassis, which is an extremely popular offering. And this year, we're bringing the concept ship we introduced last year, the Anvil Paladin, to life. The Paladin
Is this it?
is a gunship from Anvil Aerospace designed to support ground operations.
Yeah, this is the one I told you guys would probably be good for 3 to 4 people.
Sustained firefight while dealing a lot of damage, also taking damage.
We don't have a lot of gunships in the game that are true dedicated gunships.
This is
They
us.
are quite a tricky archetype to control
Man.
the game without being too powerful. It's designed with
Save
a
up
lot
your
of
credits.
firepower and high
I won't be able to
armor
purchase
health
in game
with
for
very
another
low
6 months
movability.
once it's released.
What?
It's
Oh, we can't get it till months go by.
Yeah, or pay.
It's usually 3 months.
Lots of
3 months.
All right.
big guns.
Yeah, usually.
It's got a very similar.
All right, we'll save up for it. We'll all work up
It kind of reminds me of.
and have a big stream to celebrate.
A very menacing silhouette.
It looks quite forward-weighted in its stance. It feels like it's coming towards you, even when it's just sat still. And I think that's something that helps with it feeling intimidating.
That thing looks sick. It looks like a manta ray.
Following the ship round clockwise.
The animal.
What you'll then see is the first of the side turrets.
Is it a different manta ray than an animal?
You'll see that there's a fairly thick space between.
Yeah, I think isn't there? Oh, there's not a manta ray ship in this game yet. Maybe this is it.
And give you a little bit more while you're actually attacking the target head on.
It's got these really nice kind of dual connected wings with the turrets out on the sides, just to try and give as much kind of range for those turrets as we can get.
Which is controlled by one of the 2 remote stations underneath the bridge. If we come around to the rear, you'll see a rail. Now that rail mounts the
Bro.
ship, which is controlled by the co-pilot.
So you've got full 360 coverage underneath, full 360 coverage on top with it, and then the side turrets also have 360 coverage that way around and 180 out sideways. So really you have, between the turrets, pretty much 360 coverage in all directions.
Oh my god, dude. This thing looks
Giving
so
me a
sick.
raging paladin.
One of the things about the Paladin is all the turrets are remote and all the crew are located in this one central 2-story room.
A lot of our other gunships, the crew gets scattered across the ship, but with the Paladin, you're all sat together with a nice, cool experience, so you can really feel like you're playing as a group.
You've got the pilot, co-pilot up top, and you've got the gunners underneath, and I think that helps with the intention of what the ship does.
Yes.
It's a really nice kind of like gunner viewpoint down, kind of giving this lower coverage.
We added a glass floor just to keep the 2 connected. I think that really helps with the
Oh, we can see each other.
together and communicating.
That said, if you don't have the ability to fully crew a Paladin, you can still fly it and engage in combat solo.
Obviously not as good as if you have a full crew, but you can't always guarantee your friends are going to be online.
As a solo ship, it's pretty capable of doing a variety of missions within Star Citizen. So if you want to run this ship solo, you can take on combat missions that, say, other heavy fighters.
Really, you could do it with 2 people, though, you know?
Or other ships such as the Drake Cutlass could do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 2 would be almost optimum.
You enter into
Not for a
this
full
sort of
battle, but
very
for
ready room
missions.
area. You have a variety of suit lockers and weapon racks in this room.
Everything's
Wow.
very militaristic, stripped back, simple. It's a very functional space, but you'll find everything you need in there.
One of the improvements from the original concept is we've added a small dedicated cargo bay area.
I want
allowing
one.
you to store actual SCU crates. Forward of that is the route to the lower gunners, and then upstairs you have the bridge area, and then off that central area you have the dual living quarters, one on the left, one on the right, and then at the rear you have the main sort of engineering area where the majority of the components are. Also within the upper traversal area you also have a little breakout area with seating, food machine, toilets, etc.
Why do I feel like I'll be getting a paladin for Christmas?
Did a really nice job of taking what was there in the concept and adding a bit of detail and trying to kind of push things forward.
I think it hits the nail in terms
A little
of
gift from me to me.
You wake up and run under your little tree in your living room, and it's just a picture of this, and you're like, "Oh, thank you, Mord."
Just to make sure it's safe, make sure
You're
no one
welcome,
messes with you,
Mord.
and just basically scare people away.
The thing I like most, I think, about the Paladin.
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
It's very clearly got a crew of 4, and they all kind of work and operate under the same conditions. You know, the pilot, co-pilot, and the 2 gunners. They're basically all equal on the ship. There's 1 toilet. Everyone's got the same style of.
This is the ship.
Everyone's at the front of the ship together.
That's what he said.
It's really odd to me that you call that that there's 1 toilet for 4 people.
Well, you know, it's you all work together. You're all equal at work. You're
The toilet seat never gets cold.
Toilet seat never gets cold. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, if you all sit down to pee like a bunch of weirdos.
Craft, it's the perfect ship for folks on the frontier trying to defend against threats. And talking of threats, let's move to our next ship, a replica from Hesperia.
Well, you know, when the ship's like swinging in battle, you got to sit down.
Hesperia are a high-end manufacturer. They specialize in recreating exotic and particularly alien spacecraft.
These ships are how demand get Kiwi to like addicted to this game.
And the latest offering from Hesperia is the Vandal Stinger.
We need a 4th person, Kiwi. Member of the show. Wouldn't you like to play with us?
Evil war race that sort of take over, steal technology, absorb it, fuse it all together into their own needs.
They are the relatively nasty aliens that you sometimes hear about and haven't seen much of yet. They also make really cool spaceships.
The Stinger as a Vandal heavy fighter was reserved for their higher tier sort of ace pilots or high-ranking members within their clans.
Oh my god, dude. There's all these ships are just warships.
Or I guess the Scorpius.
Everybody's just gonna be fighting non-stop.
In quite a large frame, so it's a very, very tanky spacecraft. The firepower is almost unrivaled in terms of just both the number and the size of them. So it's there for players who don't want agility. They don't want to be in and out quickly. They want to be there brawling with big guns and taking all the hits. One thing Hesperia have done differently with the Stinger is they have done away with the majority of the bespoke weapons.
They heard everyone's complaints about the glaive and blade and have stripped off the original Vandal weapons to allow customization for standard human weapons.
With the exception of the single size 5 gun.
Because it was too well integrated into the hull, even for Hesperia to remove.
All the additional weapons are generic mounts, so they can be swapped with any of the existing lineup that we have in the game. By doing this, it provides greater flexibility to the end user, and this is something Hesperia wanted for the civilian market. For that one bespoke weapon, the size 5 plasma cannon, functionally it is
size 5
as the existing size 5 plasma cannon.
What the size 6s, dude?
Glaive, but it is a sort of Gen 2 model and wraps it in a different aesthetic compared to those models. You'll see they're very much older Vandal styling. This is much newer Vandal styling, but underneath it is the same weapon that people have used for years.
Alright, so this one looks more like a manta ray than the last one.
Was to take
I made a mistake.
Stinger from the squadron team and prepare it for life in the PU. We took an opportunity to take, you know, this really well-established art style.
Which one are you feeling more, man?
Details where needed.
So the exterior is
I have to see the last shot.
Hard surface, kind of rare alloyed kind of wings, and then underneath this real kind of organic structure that kind of webs all of the ship together. You know, it connects the thrusters in, it connects all the kind of underside of the vehicle and pulls the whole ship together.
You can tell it's very different from the Vandal ships that are currently in the PU. If you take, for example, the way the cockpits are constructed.
Up at the front, we've got this big kind of bubble dome that gives the cockpit quite a unique shape.
Sort of a tiddly-winksy, bubbledy shape.
A unique position within the ship and kind of gives great visibility out the front.
Boarding the Stinger is a little unusual compared to other ships, obviously being alien in nature.
You're going through a ramp at the rear, and it leads you kind of straight up into the belly of the ship.
There's, you know, lots of organic detail, rib cages, kind of strange alien forms.
On entry of the cockpit, the seat kind of comes down towards you, and you kind of climb over the back of it.
I think I had a cramp stat 3.
You're basically riding into the cockpit.
Whee!
Inside the cockpit.
Into the traditional...
Can we ride the teacups next?
It's so goofy, dude. It's just a one-person ship.
Done a really good job of making something that feels different. It feels
a fighter.
alien, but it suits our lineup of ships and it suits our universe.
I think the guys did a really good job of respecting the, the direction and vision.
Shout out to the cast of
and
Super
other ships
Troopers for
before
bringing
We
us
tried to take a lot of inspiration from movies,
special
other
ship
science fiction
announcement.
material, but I think it sits well within the Star Citizen universe.
So we have the Paladin for the People's Alliance. We have the Stinger for people that really like Vanduul and want to try and pretend to be them. But what about the other mysterious faction we have running around?
Yes.
So
Our
Glenn
corp.
Chowdhury got his start as he was working at a cargo center out in Odin.
It's Cad Bane.
Able to get his hands on some stuff that other people couldn't. Items.
Smuggling ship?
that necessarily you couldn't find on a store shelf, but you wanted anyway.
I think Gray is interested in, happy customers. Gray just sees themselves as a conduit to get these things in the hands of people who would appreciate them.
And I think that his latest offering is really going to turn some heads.
Here it is, the man.
So the Shiv, well, we don't really
Maybe
know
the Ironclad?
what it is, to be fair.
It's what happens when someone
They don't even know.
who is a genius at aeronautics and ship assembly is given free rein to do
What?
whatever they want. It's the best of whatever they can find lying around, put together to make something truly unique, wonderful, arguably beautiful, and just released out into the universe to see what happens.
What the hell is
the exterior of the ship?
Like a cutlass.
I think most people will probably recognize there is more than a fair proportion of a cutlass visible there, but it's had quite a few changes to it.
As you
Oh
get a
my
bit
God.
closer, you'll start to pick out elements from other ships.
You
You've
just
got,
strap bigger
main
guns and
thrusters
engines
that
on a
are from the
cutter.
Valkyrie.
Obviously a cutlass, have had panels welded on, panels removed. The top turret, which is now remote, is just this.
It's a
hodgepodge
Franken cutlass.
combination with multiple other ships' turrets, and then the changes continue onto the inside, where again it sort of feels cutlass-like, but then you'll find there's bits of Crusader ships just integrated into the wall instead of what was there
Oh my
originally.
God,
It has lost its side entrance, some of its cargo capacity, but what it's gained is it's gained visually more powerful thrusters. It's gained a really kind of nice set of
Visually more
belly
powerful?
thrusters. It's upped its firepower.
As ever with the refined work from Gray's Market, you can see that great care was taken to the health and safety to ensure that there's no trip hazards anywhere.
There's like loose cables, panels are exposed. If you look carefully, you'll notice there are like tools laying around in the cockpit.
It's gained a toilet.
And a bucket.
It's just a bucket, dude.
Yeah, it's one for doing stuff, and then you need a second
What?
to wash your hands. It's not an animal.
It is very
Is
much
it for
taken
plus size
that
people, the bigger bucket?
ethos of Drake and moved it down
I can tell we're gonna be living in this thing.
achievement.
I don't worry, I kind of live out of my Franken cutlass.
Madness that created this. It's the Shiv.
The Shiv.
This is something new and different for Star Citizen. Where did it come from?
I'm not going to answer that.
Just
Nope.
nothing. Just
No comment.
Gray goes to places and talks to people. I mean, there are just many ways to find these things that, are they legitimate, manufacturers? No. Are they operating on the right side of the law? Maybe not, but, money's money.
Does Gray have a motto, an ethos to live by?
It probably comes down to, don't ask where I got it.
Don't ask how we got it.
Don't worry about it. Just ask if you want it.
I think the Shiv is for someone that is looking for something a bit different, a bit away from the norm, that just wants something that's unique.
It's definitely for people who like a rustic aesthetic.
It's a fun ship, but it's also really strong, to be honest.
It's glorious.
Absolutely a statement.
I'm happy with the 3 ship offerings. They are obviously very combat heavy.
There's something we wouldn't normally release all at once, but honestly, all of them are a different statement and they're all cool.
As always,
Dude, Nyx is just gonna be a battleground with these
See
ships.
how players react and play with them. It's always fun to see the quirks and the shenanigans that people get up to with them. So that's talking ship for another year.
He's attacking.
So I've just been informed that we have to do a bit of a timeshare agreement this year. So we have to throw it over to Alexi for Talking Weapons, which is an extremely original name.
Guns. More guns. All the guns.
I'm talking about the new edition that come out in October. The non-weapons.
This guy's just a tattoo artist.
Essentially, the weapons that does not have a manufacturer, the weapons that you can think of that were made by space pirates.
Gray sells whatever he can sell.
Sometimes he gets his hands on some weapons that come from unknown origins.
He will sell things that no company in their right mind would ever make.
These are the most kind of like scrappy, take together, and the most kind of like pyro-ish weapons that you can think of.
This guy's from Pyro, legitimately.
Weapons. Rocket launcher, the LMG, and
Rocket
the
launcher.
upgraded Space AK.
The Space
I think
AK.
This is the one that not only
Don't make
is
fun of Moby.
in demand, but I've been politely badgered
That
about
jacket, dude.
Why is he wearing a
He's
jean
actually.
trench coat?
Energy.
He looks like a smuggler, dude.
So your first shot will be your ballistic. Your second shot will be the energy. You'll see on the top of the art.
Oh,
there's
that's
a
yes.
That cycles the rounds, and that goes off with the ballistic shot, but it does not go off with the energy shot. And that is just like a really fun way of making a weapon work in kind of like a scrappy, glued together kind of aesthetic.
That thing looks so badass.
The LMG, this thing is a really fun, slow-firing, hard-hitting beast.
It will bring the 50 cal, and the only other weapons that have this right now in the verse are the bearing sniper rifle.
Honestly, if you even get hit by one, you just instant tier 1 injury, back to medical.
Are you even trying anymore?
You know what? We made all these really complicated, fancy guns, and some people just want, I want a slow-firing rifle. Give me a scrap-together box that fires the biggest thing you can possibly find.
We don't have a rocket launcher of this caliber. It will be 3 grenades.
Rocket
straight
launcher.
together that you pull into the tube and fire towards your enemies. The cool part about it will have an arming distance, so you will not be able to just point it towards an enemy.
It's also going to have a lot of spread. So essentially, you're going to have to get very close with your launcher to be able to blow up ships with a single payload in it. You can't actually aim with the apparatus, because you've got the tube on your shoulder, and you try to aim it, you'd have to physically put the tube in your head. So we were like, oh, we can't have an aim apparatus for this. And then we realized, like, it's in the spirit of being a tube that you can't use the aiming apparatus, and you just kind of like, all right, I think that's the middle of the screen, I'm going to hit it.
It's in the spirit of being a tube.
Good.
I'm gonna
I mean,
talk
you could have
about
like a side.
binoculars are really cool. We don't have anything like this in the verse, and
Oh, they said
I
buy
think it would be
Icarus.
Really convenient to use something that's dedicated to look for the things, especially far away, instead of using your sniper scope, for example.
Will the binoculars have glint?
I'm not aware of this one. Probably not, because binoculars are not something that you need to be aware of.
Binoculars.
It's really funny because obviously, due to Glintgate, as you know, I beautifully internally call it, basically there was a lot of community feedback basically saying like, oh, I really like spotting people. I really like playing a spotter. And essentially I was like, oh, this community wants to be able to spot people from distances. And what can we make gadget-wise that doesn't require new features? And it was like, binoculars. And I prototyped a thing which essentially was just a
Binoculars.
and it worked. So we've got some really cool binoculars coming that allow you to spot people from distances.
Okay.
And how much damage do the
Neat.
binoculars do?
Depends on how you throw them.
That guy looks like he'd be so much fun to have a beer with.
Thanks, Alexi and Zach. That's the end of this segment for this year. So that's talking ship and weapons, unless anyone else is going to come and tell me something else. It's been an exciting year, and I think the next year of ships is going to be even more exciting and expansive than this year.
Man, it's insane. Those 3 ships are sick.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite, Demand? Franken Cutlass, Paladin, or Manta Ray ship?
That is an eclectic bunch of combat
Same.
ships for the verse. And they're all available right now up on the robertsspaceindustries.com store. Also, any minute now, there's going to be a PTU drop that includes all 3. So you can fly them now ahead of their release next week when Alpha 432 goes live. 3 combat ships. I wonder if they'll have any additional uses coming up later in the show. That's a hint. All right, what else can I shill? Oh, there's merch. We've got these cool new Levski desk mat things. These are always popular. There's some Levski metal posters in the store, and of course, love them or hate them, but you can't avoid them. There's this
Mort's
cool
browser's crashing from trying to add too many things to the list. And at once, his cart is literally like lagging out.
offerings from our third-party partners, from
Why don't they just have an add all button?
chairs to spaceship models from new partners like
Amazon
Planetary
does.
and Pigeon Spaceport and more. You can find all of that on the RSI website as well.
So it's like you can only add 379 maximum items.
For those who watch parties,
Where it's like, don't tell me how to live my life.
challenge coins. Who doesn't love challenge coins? There's these
How am I supposed to wallpaper with Levski mouse pads if they put restrictions on me?
There's also additional ones in the goodies pack, so you check those out. Don't leave today without getting your Levski challenge coin. All right, what else can I shill? Now I'm kind of tired of shilling. All right, let's find out some more about where we are. Simon, can we move? Can we do? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Pardon me.
What is this?
Hi, how you doing? Hey, that was my best angle. Hey, I got to be careful. Last year I took 3 steps and tore a muscle. All right, so this is the 9th floor of CIG Manchester office. That's This is
Look
the
closely.
room where we have lunch every day, and if you get here early enough, croissants. If the weapons team hasn't stolen.
Look where all your money's going, gentlemen.
Over here, we got some cool mannequins.
Croissants.
Different aspects of the game. You got the ever-present, Hurston security armor over here. That's really cool. You got your Dusters armor right here. You got this guy from a game that we're not talking about today. Marine armor. Yeah, it's all pretty cool. And then when you come over here, got a nice little recreation area. There's some sim pits over there for people who need to test that kind of stuff. We got this cool Krigeri Bengal carrier. Come over here, shoot it. Go down the nose here. Watch this. It's very cool. I'm gonna go over here. Can you see me?
Sadly, yes.
All right. So yeah, and what do you?
His mother's disowning him after this.
They're actually having pizza.
All right.
They're throwing him a pizza party. I knew it.
We got cool Voyager
On
bar.
paper plates, dude.
This is where we get all kinds of breakfast goodies, coffee, stuff like that. Hey, who remembers the big coffee controversy of 2016, where everybody took to Reddit and pondered the question, do devs deserve coffee? I do. You want to see what next year's big controversy is? Check this out. I'm gonna come over here.
I think you're starting it right now.
Welcome to the Stargarita machine. Yeah.
They're getting.
I think you're.
Do devs deserve frozen deliciousness? I don't know. Go to Reddit and let us know. All right, let's see. Let's go over here.
Why do devs deserve a margarita machine?
Winners. We have the list of competition winners. Can we put that on the screen? Yeah, sorry, competition winners. Remember the competition for the CitizenCon winners? The people made the videos, and we gave them a Kruger L21 Wolf. We actually have the names. They're behind me. Look.
Yeah, how are those lifts coming? Oh yeah, money well spent.
Also, everybody's got food. Do I have food here? Oh, somebody's supposed to save me pizza. All right. So
Look at this
Oh, you guys
place.
saved me a lot of pizza. Let's see. There's
It looks like.
there's like 3 different kinds of pizza here.
Oh, that actually looks like a
What
pretty
if
good
we
pizza.
just combine them into like a challenger situation here?
Why is this happening?
I don't think they had any content planned besides those 3 ships.
I'm landing on your side right now, dude. Like, I think this shit's getting bad.
And drink margaritas. Like,
We are padding heavy right now, dude.
Fire up the FPS crafting segment while I try to chew this off camera.
Yeah, fire up anything, please. Reddit's gonna have a field day with this dude. Glad it's not me.
Star Citizen, at its heart, will always be an enormous sandbox experience where you can set out to tackle the universe in whatever
I like
way
Ian.
you want.
Yeah.
This guy's
But
a
that
straight
doesn't
shooter.
mean we can't shape parts of the universe here and there to better suit our needs. That goes for both you and us. Let's start
think I
with
saw him
Partner
once in
Show
the Addams
with a
Family.
look at how crafting is going to change everything from resource
That was before
gathering,
Ozempic.
refining, and even combat when it comes online in the next few months.
Next few months, did you hear that?
Is going to be quite small.
Whoa.
in scale.
Promises
It's
con.
kind of a concentrated effort to allow the
We're gonna
players
find
to
out.
experience the initial
This is where they all
UI,
turn it around
the
to, man.
flow of
I'm
gathering
believing for the
materials
best.
of different quality, and using those to craft items which are better than what they have currently in the game.
The first version is going to be primarily FPS items that you can craft, weapons and armor.
You can already
Star
make
Citizen
that.
crafting
I
is
have that
our
helmet.
primary progression mechanic.
Oh.
Star Citizen isn't your standard.
But you can
MMO.
craft it though.
We don't have.
Right now, you just gotta
levels.
loot it, right?
We have
That's fine. I like
ships,
looting.
We have gear. We have things that you create in the world, you perfect, you research, you improve. And those items, those ships, those vehicles, the armor and weapons, that's how you progress in Star Citizen. Crafting isn't just a progression mechanic for creating new items.
Ooh.
It's also a fundamental change to how we handle resources in the game. The materials that you collect, how you refine them, quality matters.
Okay, so you can build your own ships.
You'll be able to
So far, they're
add
just
some
doing
quality
armor.
materials to influence
Yeah.
the item stats on those weapons.
But eventually,
It'll be somewhat random, potentially
Yes,
weighted
eventually.
on the location of the material. Some will have a higher chance of higher quality.
Someone's grandchildren will
once
do
you
that.
take those materials
Mm.
to your crafting bench, the fabricator, you can use them to craft.
Brow.
The different
Brow.
attributes will be increased.
This
based
is Hassan
on the
shocking his
quality
dog.
of the materials you use. It's not just iron ore anymore, it's iron ore of the quality that you know will get you the stats for the item that you desire. And it's not just mining, it's essentially every resource we can get our hands on.
To support this, we also need major changes to inventory so that all of these new resources that you're collecting, you can see what you have, you can order it better, you can
New
understand
inventory
what you
system
have in your
when?
inventory.
We won't have the new refining crafting system yet. We'll be using the existing ones. Those will pass the quality through into the refined materials, which you can then take to your crafting machine and start making your personal items. Once you have your blueprint and your quality materials that you've refined, then you can put them together on the item fabricator.
Ooh, that's a
This will be
lot of words.
Pretty much what we showed in last year's CitizenCon, with the UI letting you assign your quality resources to different aspects of the item. Once you're happy with what you see on the preview, you'll be able to click to craft, and it'll get queued up, and your result will be produced sometime later.
Awesome. I want that gun.
You'll be able to get the new crafting machine from shops in most
But
landing
when you
zones.
pull up
You'll be able to bring
the
it up
freight
on your
elevator,
elevator and
yeah,
use it on your
what prevents it from not coming up?
beam it around and stick it on the ship if you want to use it from there.
There'll be a small amount of blueprints you get credited.
That's
to your
unfair. You know you just need to Alt F4 and then log back in.
The vast majority of them will be earned through.
But what happens when you get a system error and you have some high goods and it disappears? Like our goal.
For, so should be good.
We spent
Our
3
goal.
weeks
That's never happened.
getting all of this crafting materials to make this beautiful ship. And then you bring up the elevator, you get a server error, and everything disappears. What do you do?
And improve item stats that are
Well, look.
relevant to your gameplay. Maybe
I
a
mean,
gun
to your
will shoot
point,
faster,
they're gonna
or
have to
produce
like
more
work on
damage,
it.
or
They gotta
your
work
armor
on it.
will have greater resistances against
So,
environmental effects.
you surely have a
Broken fire.
guarantee.
Promise con.
You might be wondering, what about the upgrade and research?
That will be
Old Reddit will have their way with them soon enough.
We're happy with
I'm
this
wondering
Well, they have a
scope for crafting.
It's going to be so,
Well, they work-
so valuable for us as devs to kind of get the metrics in, get the feedback in, because then we can make the changes that, you know, they only become
Freight elevators.
obvious, so to speak, when you have kind of mass amounts
We'll
of
announce in
data,
our
mass
Discord when the
amounts of
freight
users
elevators are finally repaired.
I'm very
Shh,
excited.
don't
to
interrupt
get it
Larry
out there.
Potter.
It's our intention to get crafting out in tech preview by the end of the year and get the testing we need so we can release it when it's ready.
Yo, what up?
So that's one way you'll be crafting your own experiences in the Star Citizen universe. But what about us? Where do we
Is that
get
Leroy
our
Jones?
own
Like
input
Quantanium?
craft? Here and there.
That's Quantanium, dude.
specifically tailored to individual or small.
Quantanium
Well,
Jones.
that's where instancing comes
Tyrone
in.
Bigums.
And I'm going to let Benji tell you a little bit more.
We're bringing instancing to Star Citizen in 2026.
Okay.
Why are we doing it, and how will it work?
Why?
So if you've played any content in
For
2025 in
PvE.
Star Citizen, you know that most of these areas were in actual PvP zones where other players could interfere.
Yeah, PvEers
Instancing
cry.
is a means to create an environment where
Right.
designers can create tailored content.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm a PvPer, but I'm cool with both.
Is also
Yeah.
protected from outside interference. It's not to say that we don't love PvP. I'm a PvP guy. PvP me, bro.
What?
But like most
Ah!
areas, a good balance between a
been
dangerous
shot!
overworld and a protected instances is needed. Right now, we don't have this ability, and this is something we really need in order to give you a sense of progression that is tailored and balanced to a tunable amount of groups, so the difficulty matches the group size. There's a beginning and an end. It doesn't mean that that doesn't fit in our overworld strategy, meaning getting to the instance is dangerous, exiting the instance is dangerous, or can be interfered with others. But at least when you're playing the content,
That guy was injured already. He just gunned him
curated for
down.
one experience. So before anybody says this is only a PvE thing, this technology can also be applied to unlock curated PvP experiences that are as seamless as the PvE ones. So it's not about
Aha.
one thing or the other. It's really about unlocking developers' ability to create curated content. So that said, how will it work? Instancing is really an evolution over static to dynamic meshing. We want your instances to be as seamless
Oh,
as
the
your instance
meshing.
hangars, meaning that when you take an elevator, you exit the elevator, you're inside the instance.
Call
A
through the
gateway
station and you
opens,
bug out, you have to return back
cross
to
that
menu.
gateway, you're now into your instances. It could be also a quantum jump into an instance that you don't
If
even
you're able
see.
to get the nav
The
system to work, because
transition
sometimes
is
you can't
just
quantum
like
jump
a dynamic
properly.
mesh transition. And so
Yeah, true.
throughout
I had
the
that problem.
universe, we will be able to add these areas that are
Mord fixed it, though.
open or closed instances that allow you to join in either with a party and have a reserved
Mord
instance
should
for
become
your
a dev.
party, or join an open instances that has a number of slots. And so some of those areas will be
Nah,
completely instanced on different servers.
They'd
This
fire
allows
him
us to
instantly
leverage
from
the
running
power of
things
the entire
too
mech.
too smoothly.
The closed ones will be really to drive one piece of content. You enter and exit seamlessly, just like we do with your instance hangars currently. Let's go and find out what one of our first instances will be.
Imagine hiring Mord to work at the studio, and this man doesn't even like take a single margarita break. Get rid of him, dude.
Created a gameplay scenario with the player
Making everybody
had to
look bad.
Run through and progress through contested islands of Origin. This was a high-paced, high-intensity event, but it struggled a little bit from its technical execution.
Everybody just needs to get back
Now
to
with
work.
the introduction of instancing, it gives us an opportunity to evolve it and modify it and make it better for you in a small group to work through that activity.
This looks freaking great.
But why can't I
event
ambush
that
a small
had
group?
The honor of pretty much solely designing and
I think you
building
can in the
all
open
logic
world.
and having the stress.
Yeah,
We're talking about instances, right?
Yeah, I want to end the instance.
Yeah.
Puts the call out for volunteers because basically the Nine Tails.
Maybe
have
you
taken
can
over
eventually.
Sort of a cluster of floating platforms in Orison.
And you are there to
It's like,
be these
okay.
sort of lieutenants of this terrorist organization and take back control.
Space
So in
Al
our current
Qaeda.
thinking, Siege of Orison is designed for about a 15 to 20 people fire team. So you, your friends, or your org.
You're gonna
will
fight
go
on
in, you'll
Space
hold out
Giza.
sort of dedicated
Giza,
roles.
whatever it's
Some
called.
of you might be the tank who brings in the
Yes.
heavy weapons and sort of pulls the fire. Some of you might sit at the back and be the sniper and pick people off
Daka,
a bit
daka.
further to make the advance easier. Some of you will be the medic whose sole job is going to be reviving the
Medic!
rest of your team and helping them. and some of you
Get up,
will be
demand.
the people
Get
who
back in the
push for
fight.
objectives to try and get sort of most of the mission done. The event was designed for about 15 to 30 people.
This is so unrealistic. Where's everyone's backpack? I see backpacks.
There it is. On one server that was fighting for resources, and with that, we also upped the player count to 100. So when it first debuted,
Wait, see, there you go, man.
Too full for what it was.
I'm just gonna be waiting outside the instance, waiting for you to kill you.
A massive operation at the time. I think that bringing it back and giving it a refresher will be a fantastic addition back into the PU.
So imagine if Siege was a instance that you could go in and play solo, or if it was a public event that you could go with your friends, or you could join up with random players on the server. There's lots of ways that we want to take a look at Siege, how we can make it a more approachable piece of content.
But how are you going to stop PvEers from just going back to mini with all
excited to say
the
the least to bring back Siege Varus and 2-star Citizen and
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Because you can just go back to main menu and keep all your loot and you just respawn at a
really
station.
get it back to sort of a core experience point where it should be. So while
I don't know how it's gonna work.
Focused on Nyx, I'm also very happy that we're not.
You're a little too concerned right now with just killing people and stealing their shit.
Improving and expanding on the.
I think you're not concerned
with
with
those two systems.
I know they're your 5% murder hobo. I've seen more.
Yes, and while things like
It's in his
Genesis,
soul.
interstellar hauling, crafting, Siege of Origin,
But I'm
and more will reveal
90%
next year,
PvE.
will continue to bring life
It's the other
to
5%.
the existing universe outside of Nyx. There's still
You might
one
find
more
out
exciting
someday.
use
Oh no!
right now. You can really look the north
I'm
and see what's
scaroused.
still in Whitebox. And we're excited to share the first look at a major content release of 2026. And what
Wait,
it
what?
means for progression-based gameplay. As an
Oh,
evolution
shit.
of our building interior initiative, you won't discover it by accident, because when it's complete, it will be found deep within the heart of Levski itself. This is the Municipal Works.
The municipal works, the slave pens.
So inside the facility, you'll find huge vaporization chambers,
Oh,
oil processing
man.
plants,
The
industrial
hydroponic slab.
The favors of Delphi.
and eventually,
Yeah,
into the turbines,
bro.
which are still pumping heat into the oil rock.
Oh,
This
dude, the
is true
fumes,
story
bro.
of Levski. This is a place where you won't see in Lorville, you won't see in I-18 or the other landing zone. It's the pure basis of
Yeah.
Levski. You will have, of course, metal and tunnels and more structural plays, but you will also see a lot of rock and caves.
Is his last
It's not
name
a place
Pain
you go to
Chang?
take vacation. It's really a place you go to fix stuff.
It's a family name.
Not everybody
Yes,
has
Mr.
what it
Pain
takes
Chang.
to come down there and do the job that needs to be done.
All of your sewage systems have stopped working.
That's the sound of the man working on the pain
His task
and
was to go into
change.
there, take out the outlaws, and get the facility working again.
So let me get this straight. This is literally a mission to fix the toilets of Levski.
It's not just the toilets. You're also trying to turn on the air. Air is a bit more important. It still works in Levski, but they have like maybe polluted air because it's not being cleared properly. It's not just for the toilet.
Poop mission.
It's also a little bit more exciting than just going into like some vents. It's like a free-layered system where
So it's like a
free
big
challenges.
dungeon then.
This will be mission-driven
Just walk in with a
and
plunger.
repeatable. Everything from mining to
Let's get it to
salvage,
work.
combat to investigation, a variety of roles.
Yeah, it's a big
Plunger
dungeon.
and a pipe wrench.
Narratively, it's a real sandbox. Every progression you do will unlock a new area that will link back to previous areas, complexifying the play space.
We've been wanting to
Complexifying.
have more gameplay around landing zones for a long
Everybody
time.
gear up to
Now that
fix
we
some
have instances
toilets.
that coming online, that allows us to do something
Shit's
that
about to
provides
get
meaningful
real.
gameplay close to a landing zone.
With the missions, that's what will create different overlays or change the spaces or change the
Why is there
progression.
pirates in the
Will
sewage
it be the
system?
Instancing, which will enable us to create.
That's a
tailored
good question,
content
actually.
for you.
Because it has hit the
So
fan.
you're going to be able to play a part of it, make your progress.
I
and
don't,
then
I don't understand. Like, what are they holding your
you'll be able to
bowels
pick up where
hostage?
you left off.
It's going to allow players to.
Maybe they're like refugees, you know what I mean? Try not to get deported.
Depending on how much.
Maybe they're trying to make your poop into like
until
bombs.
you reach sort of the end of the.
Yeah, using methane.
Where you're
Possibility.
People getting in your way. It's
Methane
you,
is
your
valuable.
team, your party.
It's a way of.
Maybe they're huffing
giving
to get
players
high.
Content where they know
Like
exactly where
Caldon.
they're at, and they can keep going back to it and improving sort of their own progress and ability to jump through them with faster and faster times as well.
So that's a look at how we'll be allowing players and developers alike to create more crafted experiences within the greater sandbox of the persistent universe. Okay?
All right.
Is that it for me at this point, Jared?
Almost. Throw it back to me, and I've got one more for you after this.
Back to you, Jared.
Oh my god. Even past Jared is like upset at his own behavior. All right, bring us home, Humphreys.
Everybody's really excited about the year ahead. So that's a brief look at some of the ways in which we're allowing you and our developers to craft a more curated Star Citizen experience. Now, at this point in the show, we are in the home stretch. We've got only one more segment to go. But before we do that,
No, slice
we
of
wanted
pizza.
to check out. We said earlier in the show that we would, look
please.
at what you were saying during the show. We looked
Cross
at how
your
to put
fingers for engineering.
on the stream.
Oh, yes,
and,
yes.
It was immediately apparent that we were going to lose our broadcast license, so we're not going to do that. We did find some social media stuff on Twitch, though, or not Twitter, X. What is it called now? Let's see what this says. Let's see. We've got Welcome Back, Levski from. I'm not wearing my glasses. Oh no.
This is.
Oh, time to suit up. Let's go get them. Says Ubu. I really should have worn my glasses. Cue the bagpipes. That's the other game, Charlie Oscar. Let's see. Nice to see you live, Jared. Mom? Let's see. First CitizenCon after playing for almost a decade in Austin. Oh, nice.
I'm just reading their Twitter,
Straight
man.
from Klesher back
The
to
man's
the
so
heavens.
right.
Photos from
Dude.
Leicestershire. How do you say it? Is that
I knew it.
Leicester?
You were right. This is
They
absolutely.
talked about rocks for 22 minutes.
For 3.5 years. At San Jose Bar Citizen Watch Party. Oh, somebody created a lovely Vandal mask there. Sean Tracy, can we get that in game? Just that, exactly. Just scan that, put that in game.
I think it's a Tom
So
Kench
few
mask
reactions we're
in the
seeing,
top right-hand
on
corner
social media
for our
That's
league
Vandal.
players.
Before we get to our big finale, or the thing we're going to wrap up the show with today, I want to talk a little bit about big CitizenCon versus digital CitizenCon versus what we're doing today, which is CitizenCon Direct. Every year, CitizenCon is a monumental task for any number of people, whether that's development, marketing, the support teams, the platform.
Little Caesars.
Everybody comes together to make this thing happen and go off.
Dude, they were already hot and ready, bro.
So far, we've been doing all right, other than some stuff.
Our sewage system, because all these people are eating pizza and drinking beer.
Oh.
They had to know that.
I know that cheese bites crust. That was Pizza Hut, sir.
Yeah, that was Pizza Hut, 100%.
You might not
Oh
assume
no.
this, but most game developers are not social.
You didn't want to say, did you, Mort? You immediately
They
knew.
tend to like to sit quietly in the dark at their computers, like little goblins, and just make digital virtual worlds like this. And then I come in all happy and like, hey, you want to be on video? And they're like, no. And I'm like, it's in your contract. And they're like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought
Yeah.
we usually do it behind the scenes.
Just like when this guy goes home, nobody's happy to see
Folks
him.
in the editorial department put together a brief montage of some of the more candid moments from the
His
filming
AI
of
girlfriend
CitizenCon
is.
over the last couple of weeks. So we're going to spend 2 minutes and take a look at that. Let's see what they put together.
How many CitizenCons have you performed in now?
Performed? Just the one. Nope, my first one.
One last year.
2.
A few.
8 or 9?
Maybe 9 or 10?
Never.
Man, I don't know.
Who's her?
Did you like doing it?
Yes.
I didn't see her either.
Completely terrified.
Did we miss her?
Bit stressful.
We were probably talking trash the whole time.
No, we don't miss her. We didn't miss her.
Weird combination of going from insane.
They edited her out. The only female they edited her out of the
Yeah.
CitizenCon.
That's what they should have done to Battlefield 6.
The live ones are pretty special. Pre-save is always fun, but the live events are special, aren't they?
Remember we were at that weird crack house in Anco?
Right.
I like the live ones. I mean, I love these digital ones. These are the best.
Every time I've done it, it has been a digital one, and I'd like to do one on stage.
Is it because you have a restraining order against you, or?
What?
I was going to be sick.
Yeah, ice is coming for him.
My stomach.
How hard is it to keep your eyes open on stage?
That's another problem with the lights. They're kind of, I'm realizing through this sentence that I'm closing my eyes as I speak. Do I do that a lot?
I am a very shy individual, so this is me just trying to get out of my shell.
Getting the crowd to react to the ideas that we
They didn't even give her a title or a name or nothing, bro.
Nothing, dude.
I can feel your passion from here.
All right.
Cut the camera. Counting you down in like, you got 30 seconds. I'm like, do I stand up? Do
This
I
guy
sit
looks
down?
stressed.
Do I not? Do I talk?
This will be the best one yet. That's
They're all under the gun. Demand.
because it's nice and short.
I know Reddit is about to have a field day.
That margarita mix.
Huh? It's a 5 margarita night for these guys.
I think he's only like $200
Genuinely least favorite because it has the word moist in it. I mean, come on.
We'll give you a new nickname by the end of this.
Sounds good. Could do
All
with
right,
one.
let's get started.
His nickname is Moist Master.
So for those of you watching at home or at the watch party,
What?
why are we showing that?
He's a water
I
dev.
put that in there because I'm eternally grateful for all of the CIG staff and developers who take the time to appear on these things, whether it's ISC, SCL, CitizenCon, walk on stage, be pre-recorded.
Beaver
It's
Nuggets.
not the easiest thing for everybody. And on behalf of the community, if I can speak for them in this regard, I want to say thank you for participating in these things each and every year that we have them. Now, let's wrap things up here. So,
Hell yeah.
Let's see. How do I want to do this? At this point, we've only got one major story left to tell. But before
How
we
do I
do
wanna
that,
do
it
this?
wouldn't be. We wanted to do
Just follow the
one
script.
more check-in on something we started last year. Last year, Rich Tyler
Was it your AIDS victims?
presented his roadmap to 1.0. And we didn't want to go an entire year without talking to the senior game director himself to get his update on that 1 year later. So we're going to throw it to him, and we're going to go to our last segment. And when we come back, we'll say our goodbyes. And if you're at a watch party, it's time to get. I was going to say that's not a word I can say on the camera. Let's just go. Let's just throw it back to me.
What?
Go to me from 1 week ago.
We won't be here when you get back. Said his wife and children.
We live in a digital
Last year,
world.
Senior Game Director Rich Tyler took to the stage and revealed our plan for 1.0. Now, before we end this year's CitizenCon Direct, we wanted to take a few moments and follow up on that reveal from last year to do as we've done today and look at the year ahead. So, Rich, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Oh, Igor, what's up, bro?
All right, so we're going to jump right into it.
I missed him,
Everybody knows the
dude.
only constant
Did we see if he had track pants on?
So I'm going to ask you.
They never show him from the waist down, but we know.
Well,
I think they just.
fortunately nothing. It still
Oh,
remains our
he's wearing
North
like.
Star.
Oh, wait,
The
are those
team
track
is busy
pants?
working towards that goal in the background, and every
We'll just
patch this
pretend they
year
are.
has moved us towards that goal.
No,
If you
they're
haven't
black
watched
slacks.
Started some 1.0 presentation from
You could argue track pants are also black slacks.
because everything in it is still relevant as of today.
No, you couldn't argue that.
Every patch this year
They're black.
moved us towards that
And they're
goal.
pretty
So I wanna-
slack.
I want to dig deeper into that. We've done at this
You'd
point,
still be
9
wrong.
releases
I don't know.
this year, more than
Technically,
any
I'd be
year
correct.
prior. How does
And that's
each
the
one
best
of
kind
these
I
of correct.
know you're
not
wrong.
just sit as their own moment in time,
You're just angry that I'm technically correct. It's okay.
Last year I discussed the framework.
You guys are ruining this. We're finding out about the final release of the game.
That was the main story, which became the spine of the universe, which brought all of the locations, mission givers, guilds, and all the different areas of the game to the players. Now, what I didn't talk about from last year was all of the content that was going to support that framework, add the flesh to the bones, should we say. And I think that's where this year has moved us towards that goal. If you think about previous events of previous years, they've generally been locations that we've put into the verse, but they've been transient. We've taken them away, like Siege of Orison or Zenithreat. We've added them to game, and then they've been moved away. And I think with the addition of the patches this year, when you look at the Hathor facilities, Onyx facility, these are permanent
You're gonna talk about the
additions to
resource
world
drive?
that not only have their own story
It's coming.
as when we release them with the patches, but they'll also become points of interest and areas that the larger 1.0 narrative will utilize.
Since we're on story, I'm gonna stay with this here. Since we launched the PU back in 2015, it's always been this sandbox where players can do what they want. They can bring their own story to the verse, and that'll never change.
Kill whoever I want.
But how important is it that we also build this concurrent narrative of our own, this crafted experience, if you will, alongside that?
Well, we're trying to create a living, breathing universe. And that includes both the player stories that you mentioned, that they can go and enjoy and create their own memories together. But it also means that we want to have a universe that gives back. We want areas and locations to feel like they're believable and real life locations. And if you look throughout this year and the patches that we've worked towards, we've had an overarching story that's moved from patch to patch, and we're going through some of those cycles right now. We've also been introducing mission content that has fully voiced dialogue and facial animation, which allows us to inject some of the meaning and the why to what you are doing as a player. And I think story is integral to Star Citizen as a connective tissue that ties all of these different complex systems together, because it takes players on that journey throughout the game.
To see this big turn this year to
It's all coming together, gentlemen.
I think people are really responding to it. So everybody knows, and you mentioned just now that this year we changed a whole lot about how we operate and how we release things. How do you think that's gone?
I think it's gone very well. I think if the mantra that I've...
Where's my fruit elevator working?
Right at the beginning of January.
He's like, I swear to man, it's coming. Please stop harassing me and my family.
A different development.
Get your kids back when they work.
Oh God, please. We're trying.
This different strategy has allowed us to really take a wider approach. And we also have to remember that Star Citizen is played by tens of thousands of players every day. And while we have lofty future goals, we still have to make decisions right now that make the game fun for the people that are playing.
Yeah, like fix my freight elevators.
All the time, playing it as their daily game. If you look at previous years, we've had to hold a patch back, we've had to make concessions, mainly due to around a feature
like buy a margarita mixer.
A right to go into there.
They are in trouble, dude.
And I don't think that's good.
After the theater debacle, the margarita.
I don't know if we'll talk about it like afterwards, but like I don't know if they've ever showed the studio before, but wow.
People probably don't know, but a line of mine, when you turned on the laser, it was actually supposed to reveal.
You think they're alcoholic?
Valakar.
And I played it, and it.
They could be non-alcoholic margaritas. I'm sure they are.
I don't know, bro.
And I took it out, and I made that decision.
I think they use like $600 margarita mix.
We've held that back, and we're going to work on that towards a future patch. But I think definitely the more regular.
You think they have a margarita man who just makes his margaritas?
Benefits, and like I said, I wanted to dispel a myth right
That's his
here.
job.
They have enough money to They have enough money to hire one.
Yeah.
Radar and scanning, FPS, the new
mixologist dev,
inventory, engineering, and crafting.
Oh.
All of those features are going to be coming.
You said the E word.
Very soon for players to get their hands on. And you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say that if I was to go back to the start of the year, I would hope that we would have released more features. But I also think every decision we've made this year has been through the lens of making the live experience as stable and as good as possible.
Absolutely. All right, so that's a bit about
right.
the year.
But what about
The
my
year
free
before has
developers?
been- I've said this before, I've said it internally, I've said it out there, I'm going to say it right now again on camera. I think this has been the best year of Star Citizen ever, and I'm willing to look right into the camera and say that. The player numbers are up, engagement numbers are up, the length of the play sessions are up, bug numbers are down, 30K is gone. It's been a solid year. But CitizenCon isn't CitizenCon without talking about the future, so I want to move us to the future. We've talked about story, we've talked about this more diegetic, immersive universe and adding voice lines and stuff like this.
Diegetic.
But where do we go from here? Obviously that continues, but what more?
Watching this gave me a diuretic.
To make this universe seem alive and real and breathing.
I think the biggest thing is to start having that conversation be two-way. So if you think about this year, like you mentioned, we've been having fully voiced NPCs, but a lot of those missions and those NPCs, they're talking to you, they're talking at you. Right. You don't get to talk back to them. Now, obviously, you get to interact with them through your actions. You get to go and do their mission, and you get to move that along, and then they talk to you again. But it's a one-way conversation.
We're missing that conversation wheel.
Exactly. The next part would be physical mission givers. That's something that we're going to be working towards very soon, with Battaglia being the first one coming back in the verse. And just to be clear, we will be bringing all the mission givers eventually back, and we want them to be an integral part of the verse and the story that players enjoy. We want the locations to be brought to life, and as we mentioned last year, we want to have interactive scenes that you can go and be part of. And obviously the full end goal is towards, you know, to have cinematic stories in the game, and that is what we're going to be pushing towards. Everything we do, every decision we make is through the lens of moving us closer to 1.0. It might sometimes be difficult
So we have to physically go to the quest giver instead of calling up on our cell phone.
But rest
In
assured,
some cases.
Star Citizen 1.0 is still our North Star. That's what
Really?
we're still aiming towards.
In 2955.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's what we're going to be moving forward with every patch.
Well, yeah, because like you still want face-to-face contact. Singles can be intercepted transmissions. Plot-wise, it makes sense. It's not about tech.
I guarantee you they're going to have a cargo mission that you're going to have to talk to somebody that could have been easily summarized over an email.
It will be one mechanism that will allow
Potentially.
us to have players go to their own individual area of the verse, have that conversation, and then go and continue on into the open world environment. So I think that's where, when we look at instancing provides us one tool that allows us to remove that bottleneck and provide a more seamless experience.
Happy you said that, because that's one of our last topics I want to get to, is how we reconcile instancing with the persistent universe. Like, for the last 10 years now, we've been building this giant, seamless, persistent universe where everybody can come in and play together. And it would be easy to have a first instinct reaction to the idea of instancing and say that's antithetical to everything that Star Citizen. But you mentioned last year these 3 pillars of building Star Citizen in the PU, and I want to know, you said nothing changed, but I want to ask you about this specifically. What are those 3 pillars again, and how does instancing fit within the greater design of Star Citizen?
So the 3 pillars I mentioned last year were open world. That's just like the missions you love today. You can go and play, there's other players there, and you can go and enjoy that together. Then we have instancing, which I'll talk about more, but similar to municipal works that we've talked about previously. And then the 3rd pillar was dynamic content, which would be content that's generated by the activities of the players. And I think it's very easy to become myopic around one specific thing when we're talking about it a lot, when it's the next stage of our development. And I think you could reverse it. If we'd have made a game that was all instance, and then I'd come on camera and said, hey guys, we're going to start doing it open world, it would be like, oh, is the game changing? Are we doing open world now? Is open world the new North Star that's going to take us this way? And it's not. It's just one more tool that's going to allow us to offer different and dynamic experiences for players to go and engage in.
Okay.
Now, when I talk about
That's pretty cool.
Instancing isn't always what you'd imagine as a solo instance experience where it's only just you. We're going to have several different versions of instances. Some are going to be closed instances, which will be like the new player experience. We'll be able for you to go in by yourself, for us to teach you the ropes in a safe environment so that you can understand how to play the complex game we've made. But we'll also have open instances, like a cantina or a bar, where we might say, hey, we only want 50 people, mission givers, and we've got other NPCs for you to talk to, and you would just walk in and it would be seamless. You wouldn't know that there was an instance, you're not going to get a loading screen, you would just seamlessly walk into that location, it would be full of other players and NPCs, and you can go and enjoy the content. And that's, I think, something that instancing is going to provide us. It's going to give us a tool to offer different dynamic content, or curated content, as I'd say. It allows us to create experiences that are different to the open world experiences that we've already made. And it's not to say that we won't continue our open world development or only do instance content. It's going to be a mix. And like I said, this is one of the pillars that will move us towards 1.0. We will eventually work on dynamic content that will move us forward to 1.0. And all 3 of those pillars will interweave to create the full Star Citizen experience.
All right, so we've hit a lot of the bigger topics, the feature work, engineering, and FPS crafting coming to tech preview soon, stuff like this. We've talked about instancing and how that's going to work within the universe. But I want to ask you this one last big one. It's very easy to say Star Citizen is this kind of game and that kind of game. Those of us who spend our days making it know better. It's an everything game. It's everything we can make it game. It just is. But at the core of this is still spaceships. That life of spaceships. What more can you tell us about spaceship gameplay in the future? What can you give us? What can you tee up for us to look forward to for those of us who are really into Star Citizen for the spaceships?
Our intentions going forward are to make sure that every ship or ship archetype that you acquire has a role and has content that you can go and enjoy in the universe. For example, right now I know that we're working on more robust mining missions, more robust salvage missions. We're going to be working on refueling missions. And we want to make sure that each and every one of the ship has a purpose and has a reason to exist in the game. That's from the smallest Argo MPUV, as well as ground vehicles, all the way up to the large capital ships. We want to give them purpose, and I think it's something that we are absolutely aware of. We want to make sure that we're building that spectrum of content to allow players to go and engage in, and I think 2026 is going to be a very good year for Star Citizen, and I think there's going to be something that's very interesting and something that a lot of people have been waiting for. But
I agree.
rather than
In fact,
spoil it,
we're
I'll
betting
let
on
you
it.
and the team go into the details on that.
He had a twinkle in his eye. Ian, take it away.
Here he comes. There's a boy Ian. Yes.
So the persistent universe has existed for over 10 years now. During that time, we've created lots of gameplay systems, we've added hundreds of locations, we've added lots of mission activities for different purposes: combat, cargo, mining, salvaging. But for combat ships, the only thing you've been able to do is fight other combat ships. In 2026, this changes. We're going to be delivering a spaceship-focused activity space which incentivizes the use of different gameplay roles. These are going to be scenarios where you're going to have to strategize and create operational tactics to overcome your objective. So what you're going to see is very early. It's early in the pipeline process, and it's going to come online about mid next year. But we're really excited about the content we're creating, so we want to share with you a super early look at what we're building.
Here it comes, gentlemen.
Space we're calling Tactical Strike Groups.
I've got a boner. I can't stop it.
The People's Alliance are still trying to get to the bottom of what this new faction is really doing in the Nix system.
They've sent a capital ship to check out a station and run into more than they can take care of themselves.
Unfortunately, that team came under attack and members of their groups were taken hostage. Now they've reached out to Intersec, who've reached out to you to help recover the pilot. Of course, it's unwise to do this alone, so you'll need to put a team together to attack the station.
When you arrive,
there's a shark ship. What's the skin?
Broken asteroid, and on this you will have this space where you will find three big arms.
Three big arm.
You will have this big energy core. Everything.
Oh my
has
God,
its
dude.
purpose. It's not just for the show, just something nice to see.
You'll see a People's Alliance owned Idris that's just on the outside, and it's going to be getting harassed by this unknown faction that you have met before.
So your first objective here is to clear out the ships. There'll be waves of these ships, so this is where you want your light or your medium or your heavy fighters, whichever playstyle you prefer.
So while one part of your group is dealing with the fighters, now it's time to actually assault the station.
This station has been outfitted to resist all of the
There she is.
attacks.
Somehow they've incorporated Vanduul capital ship killing turrets. These turrets ignore small fighters, and they have the firepower to destroy even the biggest capital ships.
Oh shit!
And your Idris, if you get close, it will get shredded. The idea of these is so we can sort of make it so we can mix up that ship combat, and not everyone can just bring the biggest ship.
There's no Arn idea.
They have the biggest ship.
Ugh.
You have to send out your best pilots to navigate the superstructure.
That's you, Mord. You're our best pilot.
Yep.
Anything that may damage.
Your man's our second best pilot.
God help us.
So at this point, you're thinking destroy the turrets.
And I'm gonna ram my spaceship into a turret.
This turret has shields that you've never seen before. It won't take any kind of damage. Your missiles won't do anything, your lasers won't do anything, your ballistics won't do anything to them. But like everything, they do have a weakness. You have to cut the power to their shields. To do that, that actually brings you to your first objective, the power relays.
So the exterior has a number of power relays that are holding the doors closed so that you can't get in.
You have to find them, you have to target them, and you have to destroy them.
Before this is over, I'm firing a missile in a vent, ain't I?
Mm-hmm. You know it's coming.
Power relays have their own shields that are resistant.
Player's gonna find out that you just get close enough where like the shields don't matter and just blow up the turrets anyways.
But so do these guys.
Making this whole thing obsolete.
Capital ship can't get close enough because of the turrets.
So ships with explosive or ballistic ordnance will be needed here. That's torpedo ships like your Retaliator or Gladiator, or even another fighter with ballistic.
Targeting's not going to work, so I'm going to have to fire it manually with some sort of unknown internal foresight.
Force, you may want to call it, yeah? Dude, don't worry about it, dude.
Definitely not that. Something different, for sure.
Mitochondria.
Now it's time for you to fly your ship inside the station.
Yeah. You, in your ship, fly into the superstructure of this station.
How cool is that? I feel like this is a proud dad moment. Thank you, Jared.
But,
we're just gonna call
but
it
you're a
what it is.
woman.
It's a trench run.
Well,
I knew it.
Somebody give Mord that cookie. Which is your favorite kind? We got ginger snap, chocolate chip, and macadamia nut.
You'll see cooling units along the sides that you'll need to take out.
I'm going to go
Tough
chocolate
choice.
chip today.
All right, well done, well done.
There's 3
You've earned it.
arms to the station that have these trenches. You'll fly into one, and then there'll be a core in the center, and then you'll loop.
Oh my god, dude. Behold the power of this fully operational battle system.
At this point, the core is still protected, so these are essentially.
It's a trap.
Yahoo!
There it is. I knew it.
You're going to have to be able to
Punch it,
You're
Chewie.
going to have to move quickly. You need an agile ship.
Because the shield generator that you're targeting is emitting lots of distortion damage.
Lucasfilm's lawyers are powering up right now, dude.
You mean Disney?
Also from exhaust ports on the outside of the station.
I mean, same thing, yeah.
Oh, Disney lawyers are scary here.
It's armored and just takes a whole lot of damage.
No shot. Did you see that missile just go through the vent?
Dude, that hole was no bigger than a womp rat.
Once the power core goes down, the turrets come down, and then the capital ships can get close.
You still with me, Wedge?
Why is that important? Because during all of this, you spend a lot of ammo and munitions and ballistics.
Oh god, I just realized I gotta lose some weight on these ship runs. I don't want to be Porkins, guys. Don't let me be Porkins.
You're going to be able to land in the hangar of select
Stay on target.
and be able to use the same interface as you are
Stay on target.
stations to refuel and rearm.
It's specifically for ships like the Idris and the Polaris and other ships that are designed to have other ships land inside them.
Of course, it'll be more than just those 2 ships, and you'll find out more once we get closer to release. But this is a really important feature that we're really excited to get out.
If you're not bringing your own Idris, the People's Alliance has a Idris there that can provide a safe port in a storm, allow you to set back up and head back out.
Go, go, go!
Because now another group of ships is coming to attack the People's Alliance Idris.
Lock attack S fools in attack position. I fucked it up. Star Wars nerds are gonna be so pissed.
So while the fighters are protecting the Idris,
I think you mean generic space-based IP.
Now you've got to take a fire team in. You've got to land. You've got to fight through an onslaught of FPS enemies that belong to this unknown faction.
Here's Demand's crew.
Open a hangar door which will allow you to release captives from the station.
What is it? Alpha team is turned on the rest of the team. They're taking all the loot. What's this?
They're flying out in a cutter. They just hit QT. We lost all communications. They unfriended us.
All of this sounds pretty simple, but there's an additional complication.
So up until this point, it's just been you versus the enemies in the station. But the enemies in the station have their own enemies.
Oh my god, dude.
Who really don't like these guys for some reason will come in and wreak havoc on everything.
And they're not going to discriminate between you and the station. They're out for blood.
My god, dude.
You alert the Vandal by destroying the power core that the station's now vulnerable. You're on a time limit. Vandal are coming. They're going to come hard. They're going to keep coming. You're going to have one hell of a fight.
Captain Demand, we're under attack.
Where's my margarita mixer?
It's back at Robert Space Industries, sir.
No, dang it.
Bring it.
Right,
holy shit, dude. Oh my god.
Tactical strike groups. I'm personally so invested in this. So throughout 2025, we created a variety of content. Some of it was very focused on FPS combat. So personally, driving a more vehicle-based experience was very important to me. This is a defining statement that I want to do in 2026. We're a spaceship game. There are prized possessions. They're the objects we fall in love with. This is the content we want to create, which creates scenarios and roles for you to use those spaceships. We won't get to all roles initially, but we should see this as a landmark, a position where we can see a gameplay space which incentivizes the use of different ships and scenarios to clear objectives and complete missions in a variety of roles. And in the future, we can use this to expand on. So I hope you're all just as excited as I am for tactical strike groups. They're gonna be fantastic.
We're more excited than you. I've been more excited for this than you since the game started. Margaritas all around.
He cuts back and his tie's on his forehead. He's just slumped against the chair. His shirt's completely unbuttoned. His like fat's hanging out.
Somebody's naked, swinging from the sakura tree.
Have the puppet? John, come home.
Why does the puppet have stains on it?
Strike groups. It's been a long road for the last 10 years.
All these people are still on the clock, by the way.
We've done lots to build stuff for mining ships and for
They actually went over the clock. He's getting time and a half.
Building out even more for those, and our first refueling missions coming online in 2026. But combat missions. Oh, hi.
Oh,
look, Chris Roberts. That's Aaron Roberts. Chris Roberts' his nephew.
But finally having enough of the foundation.
Why did he
His
hug
whole
him?
family works for this company.
Real spaceship.
Oh no, man.
What was that autistic hug? Just randomly.
It's called Dungeons. It's really exciting for me, and that's why we're ending the show this year with that. So yeah, that's been CitizenCon Direct. Thank you for taking the time to share this with us. Again, this is just a glimpse at some of what's coming in 2026. I've seen the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat like, oh, you're spoiling everything. I promise, we ain't. So before we let you go, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as with every CitizenCon, the last word shouldn't be mine. It should belong to our founders and CEO. So take it away, Chris Roberts.
Who didn't show up tonight?
He slumped up his couch.
Of course, we're not going to spoil
Just surrounded by margarita mix.
And many features we haven't discussed today
And
are
white
in that
powdery
email.
substances.
And it's slightly rocking back and forth on his yacht.
These, along with bringing the final polished features from Squadron 42 into the persistent universe.
There's a naked
will make
chick
next
just stealing money out of his purse.
exciting yet for starters. Finally, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone at CIG for working so tirelessly and with so much passion to deliver.
His
something
uneven
that
eyes just mess me up.
will only get more so
It's
with
all
time.
right, dude.
And of course, to all of you for making all this possible with your support and feedback.
I think it's a thyroid
Couldn't do
issue.
this without all of you, something
Mhm.
that I and
That
the team
apple. I think you should go to the doctor,
we
brother.
are very
Adam's
lucky
apple's
can
the
get it
size
fixed,
of a
don't worry.
and the
grapefruit.
money to build the game of all of our dreams. Something that
That's
is
his old
only
man
more
Jowl
apparent
coming
as
in
the
nicely.
business becomes more
Is that
modern.
an old Joe?
We are one of the few
Mhm.
large
Yeah.
independent
Why is it just
There's no
hanging
way we
at that
could be allowed
point?
to dream as big
Listen,
as
just
the
trust me. We
original
can.
game
We know our
and
own.
take the time to achieve that dream if we were part or funded by any of the few remaining mega game companies. So
I'll be
thank
happy
you,
when his son
and I look
finishes
forward
this game.
to seeing you all in the verse this coming year.
Thanks, Chris. No, you're supposed to cut to literally anything, not back to this nerd. Oh, that's over.
Broken Promise Con.
Well, gentlemen. So I've taken some notes. Before we end, we are currently, and let me know if I'm leaving anything out. Coming in a month, we're getting the Nyx star system, correct? Right?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
They announced the Genesis system. There's 3 new badass warships, new guns, which are like pieced together. I personally like trashy, like looking guns. Those things look badass. And if I'm not mistaken, they did mention crafting as well, like the first iteration
Allegedly.
of the crafting system. Yeah, did I leave anything out?
Well, I mean, let's not forget those huge ship battles at the end. I mean,
Yeah, the
you
missions.
know, they had talked in the past about having armor for ships and,
Yeah.
you know, for them being able to, like the larger ones being able to survive longer and stuff. And ergo, big battles where your small fighters would have to go in and they couldn't really damage the huge ships other than like taking out turrets and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm pleased to see that they're still basically on track for that kind of gameplay.
It looks really cool. Like all the stuff that I saw looks really, really awesome. I don't guess they gave us an ETA for the last thing, but at least, like you said, it's still coming and it's on its way. So that's really, really good. All right. I mean, I'm super excited. So we'll end on a positive note, but before we got to talk about any of the issues that you saw. I'm going to start off because I have a couple and they're super minor, but I feel like these citizen cons, like they tend to get like overly technical and like bogged down, which I realize like a lot of the Star Citizen crew and the people that enjoy this game like probably like a lot of that technical shit, but I feel like for normies who don't know anything about the game, it's kind of like a turnoff because like they tend to like go so deep into the minutia with like charts and graphs and like all kinds of like weird technical stuff. I think sometimes what they're doing kind of gets lost, at least, or maybe it's just me because I'm retarded. But whatever the case may be, that's kind of how I feel about watching some of these citizen cons. Overall, what did you guys think about what you saw?
I agree. I could care less about how the length of the grass or what the rock is composed of limestone or like, you know, the shadows kiss the dew on the swamp fields of Madagascar. I really it looks good. It looks great. But
it does.
On the side note is this is, you know, CitizenCon for the people, right? And a lot of people are not that well versed in what a person is saying when in regards to, you know, the composites of slate, for example.
Yes.
And so you're selling it and you're producing it and you're marketing it towards a common person, not someone who loves art. or
That's
loves rocks.
exactly my freaking point. The last thing I'll say before we talk to Mord about his thoughts. Yeah, I feel as if they forget that these whole cons are like need to be advertisements to increase their reach to normal people that play video games instead of just their core fan base. Should always be looking to expand. And the way they talk, they act like they're talking to the like biggest double majoring math nerds sometimes. And I'm thinking to myself, you're kind of wasting opportunities because so many people are watching, looking to get into this game. And sometimes I'm like, man, you guys are just slow rolling this like so hard. More, what do you think?
I mean, there's some merit to what you're saying. The thing is, the people that are watching this today are mostly people that already know what's going on. So
Mhm.
I think to know, not so much about what they're talking about, you might be in the minority for that.
Right.
But you're probably right that they should focus on making it more, I guess, new player friendly and
Yeah.
focus on bringing more people in, as opposed to just talking to people who have been following the project for years.
Right. That's so yeah, we're all basically in agreement on that. The only other thing that I wanted to say about this, dude, how the hell is the Robert Space Industries Margaritaville not going to get torn to shreds on the internet? Have they shown
He's
this
sponsored with
studio?
Jimmy Buffett.
Have we ever gotten a tour? Am I just late to the party here?
Yeah.
Like I've never seen this, and like it's kind of I'm just gonna say it. Like and since the man mentioned it the whole time we were like watching this, dude. It's a bad look when Demand's freight elevators don't work, and you guys are eating lunches and having croissants under like fake sakura trees and taking margarita snack breaks. That's all I want to say when people are just dumping money into this project, and that place looks sick. It reminds me of when I don't know if you guys have ever seen it online, when like the Google employees or the ex Twitter employees that all got fired were like taking their lunches and just like they were having like catered filet mignon with private chefs and stuff like that. And it's like everyone thought the same thing. They're like, okay, you guys are kind of wasting money here, it looks like. It's like a lot of people are making video games like out of their basements and shit, and you guys like having like modeled facilities of suits with Chris Roberts like his face like on the
Coke
spacesuits for like
dispenser.
for no reason, dude.
Making
I don't
lines
know.
for
More
you.
did more did they like? Have they ever shown their studio before? It's the first time.
So we've seen some stuff before. The drama that they're talking about. It was just a few weeks ago that they had a thing that came out that showed their theater room. They basically have a movie theater built in there
Yeah.
with like a $75,000 projector. And, it was a big drama and whatnot. And people are like, I don't think they should be spending the money this way, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a topic of conversation.
You're right.
But also, I just want to say, especially from somebody who works in the IT field, okay,
Yes.
like if I'm a programmer and a really good programmer, the kind that you want working on your team,
Mhm.
and you bring me to your office and it's all beige and everybody looks fucking miserable, do you think I'm going to take the job?
Mm. I see what you're saying.
Right.
So
But
they're
is the
trying to. They're
margarita mix needed? Is that a deal breaker for like top end programmers?
Nope, no margarita machine. I'm out, bro.
I'm out. I'm sorry, dude. You have awesome offices. You have a theater, but that margarita machine, you don't have one. I'm out.
I mean, that might be unnecessary, but a decent cafeteria goes a long way.
That looks a little bit
Yeah,
more than decent. I'm just saying.
I agree with Demand, and the reason I'm saying is like it's not about like them like having a cool looking office, but it's just like the when you already have the reputation for wasting time and money, in a game, and I can tell you right now, like they're already getting cooked. I was watching Twitch chat and YouTube, and they were getting fucking roasted. Now I don't know if it'll go past that. You know how streamers are, like they're all assholes and people that watch them too. So it's like it is what it is. But I mean, it to me there's like a little bit of there's like little self reflection. I think sometimes I probably wouldn't have showed that. Like if I was the person managing the public image for the company, be like, listen, a lot of people think we're wasting money. The last thing we need to do is focus in on like our fucking insanely like nice projector in office and statues and gigantic fake sakura trees, which cost God knows how much money. Like even if they were like cheap, it's still like it looks so frou frou and fancy. Like for what, right? Like everyone, no one cares about any of that stuff. They just want like a lot of the results. And when they're slow rolling some changes and demands elevators don't work, you have to be like, all right, if you got rid of some of that shit and you paid these people more, like would some of this shit get done any faster? I'm not saying like, and that's unfair. I realize to a certain degree because I don't know what it takes to make a video game, right? All I know is
Apparently, a
there's a lot of
margarita
indie
machine.
devs. Evidently, I'm just saying, and they're not doing anything close to what the scale of this game is doing. But it's like, you know, there's people making great games, you know, in much smaller studios than this that still look pretty decent. And so all I'm saying is maybe don't show the margarita machine. Maybe don't like, you know, like flex as much on camera. And also, I don't know why they did this. Like, why did they do this? Do either of you know why they did this CitizenCon Direct this year, the way they did it? Like, why didn't they just have like a live studio thing? Like, did it save money not doing it like that? Like, what was their decision making? Or maybe they haven't said.
I mean, I think the implication is that they needed to save as much time as possible so they can focus on finishing Squadron.
Which they didn't mention at all, which is crazy.
They already
So,
put
I
out an
mean,
announcement for.
yeah, they did, but I thought they'd still like kind of shout it out a little bit, you know, as another advertisement. But I guess Moore's right. They're just like locked in. And hell, like I said, or like Moore said, maybe this just saves time and money doing it this way instead of a live audience and having an
Time
event.
and
And
money,
maybe they got it. Maybe they travel somewhere. Yeah, right. I know after the office. That's all I'm saying. I just that was just a nitpick, and I thought it was funny because like I know they're gonna get cooked over that. It's just like maybe don't show that and flexed a little too much, but place looks awesome. I gotta admit, but we'll end on listen.
Hold on.
We'll end on
Hold on. I'm going to actually defend them and say this
Okay.
was an elaborate joke, and the margarita mix was rented for the CitizenCon for people to drink and enjoy. Because there was a small
Okay.
sign that said like space margaritas on it, right?
You're right.
And so
Maybe that's
to
it.
give them the benefit of the doubt,
Okay.
which is a rare thing I do.
That's rare for you.
Yeah, I think that
That's
this was just a joke, and because it looked cheap. If they would have truly bought a margarita mix, they would have done like a wall of mixes. And then it would have been different names like Magnum 44 and like Hurricane and like all sorts of different mixes. And there'd be like a professional mixologist dev. You know, these look like $200 plastic machines. All right.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're that's very charitable, and you're probably right actually about that. It's probably just for CitizenCon. And there's nothing wrong with having like a nice like eating space and cafeteria, like Mort said. All right, let's end on the best parts. What do you guys of what they announced? What was the coolest? What were you looking forward to? I'm gonna go first to get it out of the way. I think Nyx looks freaking sick. I think it looks the flying asteroid shit is awesome. I don't understand anything about the Genesis system, but hell yeah! Like I'm glad they're like working on making all the worlds and stuff look good. And my other thing that I'm really excited for is the big ass like ship battles they showed at the end, which I thought was sick. Like those two things, Nyx and the space battles once that comes out, which I guess Nyx is in a month, dude.
Yeah.
So we better be saddling up. That's my favorite parts. All right, man. What are you looking forward to? What's your favorite part?
I would have to say that my favorite part that was shown on CitizenCon has to be the ships. You know, the missions, you know, could always be buggy, this that, and the other. But the thing that I do know is those ships looked really cool, and I really enjoyed it. The thing with the Genesis looked really cool as well. Like as much as I don't understand, and on a logical level, I don't really care. It looked beautiful. The swamp, the water, reflections, everything looked beautiful. Like it was stunning. Like the shadows on the rocks, It was absolutely breathtaking. The Genesis system, and again, going back to the ships, the scrap heap, the pyro-esque looking like the guns and all that looks really cool. So that was, I'm looking forward to 2026.
Dude, we gotta save it for our paladin, right? You said that was your favorite. That by far was my favorite. That ship looks so sick, dude.
Mordor's Wald's
I
crying
can't.
already.
I'm
Please,
not
Papa.
bored. Besides all of that, please, Papa,
Please,
nine,
Papa,
nine.
no, Papa, no.
Besides all the stuff Mort is going to buy, absolutely, completely addicted here. What was your favorite part? What looked the best?
I think I'm pretty much with you. Like, Nyx is a great release. I think it's going to give us, a bunch of new content, and I think that's going to be great. The fleet battles at the end looked absolutely fantastic. Obviously, having watched more on the Genesis system, I'm excited about that because it's going to make creating stuff faster. So it's going to move us forward. Obviously, new ships are always good. I've been looking forward to the Paladin for months, thinking it was one that we would all probably like. So that's a good one. And of course, the crafting that they mentioned, getting that basis of crafting in the game is an important step forward. So there's a lot of negativity out there, but I think this is looking like it's going to be a great year for development and it's going to launch this game to the next level.
Right. And I probably should have I agree. I agree with everything you said. I probably should have caveated it before. Like, we love to roast and make fun of everything, and we may come off as like negative, but like overall, our stream, our community that includes Mord, Kiwi, who we mentioned, and others, and probably more coming soon as our community for this game grows. We love this game. It's really cool. There's a lot to love about it. I mean, it's just kind of like it's quickly becoming our baby, and nobody can tear up. No one can make fun or rip on your child except for you. And we love to rip on Star Citizen and make fun of it and laugh at it. But the truth is, we do love the game. It's amazing looking, and I think all three of us can agree we're looking forward to 2026. And I personally, as a new player, see that everything's kind of coming together for the first time. I've kind of checked in and I've been in and out checking on this game for years, and it always just seemed like a bunch of pieces sort of floating in space, no pun intended. But everything really seems to be kind of coming together. I can actually see a vision, and they mentioned it. Mort and I watched the old CitizenCon Direct last year, and they sort of laid out this vision for the full release of the game. I believe they call it 1.0, and I can actually see it moving towards that, actually, like, which is surprising. I can see it coalescing into an actual game and a vision. It is coming together despite all the negativity, despite all the hate and the memes, which we do love, by the way. And I guess the only thing we need to do is hang in there, so you can look for more content from us coming soon on this game. I don't know when that contest was that played at the beginning of CitizenCon with the commercials. Dude, we're gonna get in on that. That is, we're going to win whatever that is. So after that, it's a done deal. So CitizenCon 2026, Dr. Man Show coming in hot, baby. Look for us. You guys got anything else to say? Or I'm giving the call outs, dude.
Huh?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show. Welcome to the show, the Doc Demand Show. You can follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Instagram, etc. We stream on Twitch and of course YouTube, where you can follow us for all of our other content, video gaming news, playthroughs, and edited videos. That's all I got for them. Shout out to Mortadil for hanging out with us on these videos. Look for him again. More of him coming soon, especially on Star Citizen and maybe some Battlefield. We shall see. But until then, I will talk to y'all later. Much love. I am Doc X Demand. What do you got for him, baby?
Make sure you rub your space worm.
All right, man. Peace.